What is going on? Oh, here we go. Okay, now we're live. Okay, now we're live. All right. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. That's better. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Tim, your humble YouTube host, your humble YouTube live stream host, Tim, Timothy J. Ward, here coming to you yet again for a live stream. Dustin, Omar, New Patriots, Tori, Ranthony. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? We are here. And it is a very exciting day today, ladies and gentlemen. Very exciting day. Can everybody hear me okay? I got my microphone plugged in, so I'm hoping the sound's a little better than normal. What's up, everybody? Good to see y'all. Exciting day. Exciting day. As you can see from the title, B Duncan, I see you. You've been here from the beginning, man, from the good old days. As you can see from the title, we finally did it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been talking about it forever. We finally moved into our new apartment. Finally in the new apartment, the new home base, and it feels good. As you can see, there's nothing here. as you as you can see, there's nothing here. One of the things that I hadn't really thought a lot about was the fact that I have absolutely no furniture. I literally had to go to Walmart yesterday, and I got this foldy, foldy like a TV dinner tray. You know, it's used the little folding table you used to put the TV dinners on. I got one of those, and I got a cheap little plastic chair. That's the only furniture in my room. Furniture is expensive. You're right, Diane. Like I was looking at furniture, I was like, yeah, this is how they get you. First, they charge you an arm and a leg to get the apartment, and then to furnish it is like another your other arm and your other leg. Okay. Hey, Dustin, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Prayers. But yeah, they charge an arm and a leg to get in the apartment. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. They charge an arm and a leg to get into the apartment. And then to furnish it is even more. Yeah, I'm in the Denver metro area. Yeah. Just I like the Denver area. It's kind of a hub. It's a bit, I love DIA, Denver International Airport. It's one of my favorite airports. I got a lot of friends in this area, some really good friends. A lot of friends come through this area. I love the fact that if I want to go somewhere, I can just hop on the train, be at the airport, fly out. They got, Amtrak as well. So this will be the first time I've lived somewhere that had Amtrak and like plane access and Greyhound. I'm trying to think of the last time I lived somewhere where there was access to any of the major transportation ways that um I like to take. Well, two of those I like to take. Greyhound, not so much. But I appreciate all the congratulations. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Um it I was so ready. I mean, uh everything was kind of in place 3 weeks ago, and then it was just a matter of waiting for the apartment to come ready. And so you know what I mean? Like every time I had to like pay for another week at a hotel, I was just like, ugh, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, got the apartment, got approved for the apartment. I just can't get in there till like the old other people move out, and then we can move in. But here now, I will say too, man, that security deposit, ladies and gentlemen, rent is too damn high, and security deposits are even higher. That's how I know this was something I really wanted to do because I would not have put up that type of money unless it was something I was really moved to do. I know the game. I can move about the country cheaply. But I was like, nah, something was just telling me it's a good time to get a home base, just to have and it still doesn't feel real. Still doesn't feel real. But something was just telling me to do it. And so I was like, because I was here before trying to do it, didn't work out. And this time I was like, I'm just gonna do whatever it takes, pay whatever it takes. Carla, yes, I am gonna start cooking. Carla, yes, I am gonna start cooking. I've already said that I'm gonna start cooking. Yes. Said I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get this apartment. So when she came back with the security deposit figures, I had to remind myself I said that because I was about to be like, oh heck no, right? Yeah, retired 2019. I'm in the Denver metro area. Yeah, I started to be like, nah, you ain't getting that up out of me. I'm not trying to dip that deep in savings, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. So yeah, here we are. Feels good. Doesn't feel real. I'm so used to, being somewhere and always watching the clock and, oh, I got to be out of here in a week or out of here in a month. The ideal of having a year, because it's not a year lease, the ideal of having a year is crazy to me, you know. Um, but it is already kind of got me, got some ideals going of things I can do that before it would have been a hassle to do. But now I have a place to keep my stuff, my limited stuff, place to keep my car. It opens up some things like, oh, I can go there, I can do that, I can do that. So yeah, feeling good, man. Feeling good. Feeling good. Retired 2019. I kind of do want to cook. I kind of do want to cook just so like I've said many times before, I don't mind not cooking because eating out is like one of the only vices I have, right? What else do I do? Go, going and spending $20 at the Chinese place, you know, on a Tuesday night or every night, is one of the few things I kind of splurge a little on. But I do kind of want to. There are sometimes I want to eat something and nobody has it, or like I don't have access to it. Like I'm like, oh man, I want a steak. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't may not feel like going all the way across town to Outback and waiting. You know what I mean? Just some foods I want to eat that I don't always feel like eating out. And I was like, so I think I'm gonna start cooking. There's gonna be some very basic things. There's gonna be some very basic things, but I want to start cooking. Yeah, Eva, I totally agree. Someone was saying this was the move, and things just kind of really fell into place. So yeah, I'm like, I'm go for it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the universe has a sense of humor. The universe has a sense of humor. You might not be able to hear it, but you might be able to. If you hear like an ominous howling sound, there is some type of animal that since 9:30 this morning has been howling. So I think somebody went to work, left their dog in their apartment, and the dog has been moaning and howling since 9:30 this morning. Threw me off. First full day in the apartment, first morning in the apartment, everything went good yesterday. There's a dog, there's a mutt. Threw me off until I realized the universe has a sense of humor, right? This whole time I've been praying and being like, hey, please help me get this apartment, get this home base, blah, 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 blah. Prayed for all this stuff, right? And the universe said, okay, we're going to get you all that. It's all going to work out. However, there's going to be some things. The universe, I'm telling you, said, all right, we're going to get you all that. The check-in process is going to be easy. It's going to be okay. But there's going to be a dog that howls all day long. So figure that out. I'm telling you, the universe has a sense of humor, man. The universe, the universe has a sense of humor. Like once I figured that out, I was cool. Before it was aggravating. I'm like, man, and then I was like, and these things usually work themselves out. These things will work themselves out. You know, something will happen. Something will give, or I'll just get to the point where like I don't hear it no more. Um, yeah, I didn't ask the universe for the neighbors not to have a loud howling dog that howls all day. I didn't ask that. I think I did ask for them not to have kids. I did pray about there not being loud kids. I think I did. I didn't do dog. So the universe was like, all right, we got you. I was like, man, you got me on this one. You got me on this one. But it is what it is. These things usually work themselves out. So, it is what it is. But yeah, it feels good. Feels good. The new home base, Michael, we just got a little apartment here in the Denver metro area, which is huge, by the way. Every time I go somewhere, I forget. It could be in the Denver metro area and be 40 minutes away. I keep forgetting about these big cities. Yeah, Kevin, I'm loving the ease of getting around. I'm not trying to be driving much. There's bus, there's light rail, there's the train, there's always Uber. I'm not trying to be driving that much. Honestly, I need to put my car in the shop. After all the road trips, I think it really needs a good tune up and check up and any other up they'll do to it. But I'm not trying to be doing much driving. And it feels good to have a place where I can park my car and just it sit there and I don't have to worry about it. And I have to worry about it. Yeah, maybe the dog's just visiting. That would be cool. Maybe someone's dog sitting, doing a very bad job of dog sitting. That would be cool. But yeah, man, it just yeah, I'm not trying to be doing much driving. Mm-mm. I've been doing so much driving the past few months. I'm trying to figure this. I haven't been on the light rail yet. I haven't been on the light rail yet. So I got to figure out the light rail system. I haven't been on the bus system either. So because I don't know like how to pay. I got to look that up. I know how to pay for the train. I don't know how to pay for the bus and the light rail. So I got to look that up. Aisha, yeah, well, I go to I've been going to the grocery store. I just only bought like kombucha and strawberries. I've been going to the grocery store. I just haven't been buying groceries. So I'm still probably gonna buy them from Walmart. But there's a Whole Foods down the road. Maybe I'll go. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'm start cooking. I gotta get stuff to cook with, like pots and pans and you know, seasonings and oils and I don't know. I gotta figure this all out. I gotta figure this all out, ladies and gentlemen. This is totally new territory. Um, and I gotta figure out what direction I'm going with the bed. I keep looking at different beds and I said, I'm just sleep on the floor for a while. And I did that last night and I said, nah, these old these old bones, these old bones can't take too much of that. So I gotta figure, man, I'm telling you, man, it's I like returning back to what some would consider normal things in life sometimes, just so I can empathize with everybody else more. You know, it's an apartment building. Um, I like returning back to the normal things in life a little bit. I'm never going to live a normal life. I'm never going to settle down, but it helps me to empathize with other people more because I'm like, oh, this is what people go through on a regular basis. David, no, I'm still going to be traveling. Um, Honestly, I think this opens up the way for me to do even kind of more traveling. So I may not be like, road tripping as much as I used to, things like who knows. But I'm still gonna be traveling. I'm still gonna be traveling. I think I'll do more traveling this year than last year. Um, but I just kind of wanted to have a space that when I wasn't traveling, I can come home and can't nobody say nothing to me, you know? Oh yeah, and the YouTube is acting up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. YouTube is screwy right now. Yeah, YouTube is screwy. It had me nervous earlier. I had to log in some different ways just to get the stream up. Yeah, YouTube's they're having some issues right now. Yeah, I thought about maybe a futon, but I don't like, you know what I mean? Like I kind of if I get a futon, it'll probably be short term until I save up some coin and get like a real bed. Cause like I kind of I don't want it to be like I mean it ain't never gonna be fancy, but I kind of like I don't want it to be totally bachelor patty. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of want a decent bed. Like I figure I'm gonna do it. I guess I could get an expensive futon. No, I think I'll get a bed. I don't know if I'm gonna get a king size now, Aisha. I'm a small dude. Twin bed, I'll get a queen. I'll probably get a queen. That's huge for me. Yeah, see, yeah, just because I got like a home base, because someone asked no, we're nomading, we still gonna be traveling. You know what I mean? We still gonna be going places. We're supposed to be doing things. That's what I do. But it's just like now, as opposed to like just being in Airbnbs or hotels or seasonal jobs, now I just have a guaranteed place to stay. But we still gonna be traveling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, we never gonna not travel. Definitely not getting a wife now. Yeah, sipping a little decaf coffee in my world's best golf mug that some of my coworkers got me when I was working at Big Sky Resort. Dug this out of it was in my bug out bag. Dug it out. Am I cold? I'm not cold, cold. It's a little chilly outside. Um, it's a little chilly outside, and I don't want to turn the heat on. So I was just like, I'll turn. I'm cheap, already been cheap. I was like, I'll just throw a little hoodie on. A little hoodie on. Hey, she runs. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Cat Squad. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Say congrats for the new home base. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feels good. Feels good. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. It feels it feels good, but doesn't feel real. Like I literally was. It's kind of weird today. Like I'm even like when I go to a hotel for the first time, like the first few hours I have to settle in, and even today was just like I don't know. It still doesn't feel. I don't know. It still feels new. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's weird. It's been so long since I had like a year lease in a place. Like it just feels weird. But it feels a beautiful thing. Oh, Eva, you can send any gift cards to Timothy J. Ward at gmx.com. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But you asked. It's in the description box. Let's go. Oh, Turnick, that's you, Taco? Taco, what's up? What's up? Hey, what's up? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I follow you on Instagram. I follow you on Instagram. We still friends. Good to see you. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Blessed. Blessed. How are you? Yeah, from your Instagram, looks like you're doing very well. You're looking good. Looks like you're doing very well. Agent Abe, I did have to jump through a few hoops, but I was able to fill to give them what they needed as far as the income with my. I had to show my bank statements, which I do not like doing. Trust me, I printed them out and I went through and I was didacting. How they do on classified documents. They go through and I went through it like a black shark. I think I got it right here. Oh, why is this sharp? Oh, I was writing the number down. I went through with a black sharpie and like anything that was like I didn't want them to see on my bank statements cut out. But yeah, I was able to use my bank statement, and that was one of the reasons I went with this place because so many other places were so weird about it. And you know what I mean? This place just kind of they still made me pay a crazy. That's what kind of got me a little aggravated because they still made me pay like a pretty high security deposit. I'm like, but they said I didn't. It wasn't based on income. It was based on the fact that I never used my credit. So it was like you kind of failed the credit part because you have no credit history. I guess until I actually pay my car off, it won't show up. So yeah, but yeah, I was able to use my bank statements. There's always a way around it. There's always a way around it. Sammy, I just wanted to post up because when you've done anything for so long, like there's different stressors that come with being on the road a lot. And those are the things you take because you love that lifestyle. But sometimes it's just like, you know what, I want to switch it up. And that's me. Like I'm always doing something different. You know what I mean? It's so part of being I think Barbara Shear calls it like a seeker. Like we're always looking for something new, something to do. Seeker, searcher, something like that. Um, Even something I love to my core, like nomading, and I'm always gonna be a nomad. There are times when I'm gonna be like, you know what, I want to switch it up and grab an apartment for a year. You know, do that for a little bit, and then when this time next year rolls around, I might be like, you know what, I'm gonna go do it. You know what I mean? Like it's always. I don't like to do just one thing, no matter what it is. And I was like, after all this time on the road, I think it'd be cool to have a spot that you don't know the weight that's lifted off your shoulders when like where home is for the next year. It just feels cool. So yeah. But yeah, please don't think I'm just gonna be like here doing nothing else, work be like normal. I don't know. I don't know. Bria, I'm 6'4". I don't think I'll get a TV, Miguel. No, because I don't watch TV. Like I don't watch TV. Ruby checking in. J Baby '07. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Denver's pricey, but like places I've been at are so much pricier. Denver's pricey, but not as pricey as Big Sky. You know what I mean? You mean so like I'm used to being places that are like super expensive as far as when it comes to like food and grocery, all that other stuff. So like, yeah, Denver's a little pricey, but like, it's cheap compared to some places. I'm renting. Yeah, I'm never the travel state. I'm never gonna buy a house. I don't think. No, no, no. Yeah. David, yes, a lot of the jobs on Coreworks provide you a place to live. All of them don't, but most of them do. They provide you a place to live while you work. They kind of have to because a lot of them are such remote places, or they're places where the rent is crazy high that no one who would be willing to come and work and do the type of jobs they offer would be able to afford it. So they have to give you housing. I say go for it if you're thinking about doing the nomad life. It's a beautiful, wonderful life. I love it. You know, and the nomad life is what has presented me the ability to be like to pick a random city and say, "Well, I want to stay there for a little bit." I could have never done that in my previous life. I could have never, I could never be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna relocate to Denver." How? You know what I mean? Which I want to. The more I learn about Denver, I'm trying to figure some stuff out to help other people move here. Too many jobs. Too many jobs. I see people all the time in the comment section. You say there's all these jobs out here. There's no jobs. I'm like, you need to come to Denver or some of these other places that are popping. There's so many jobs here, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Meow's garage. Excuse me. I got a coffee machine yesterday. One of the first things I got. This coffee I'm drinking now, this decaf, came out that $12 coffee machine I bought yesterday. Of course, I got internet, Lee. Why would I have internet? That was the second thing. Got everything in, and then the internet got turned on. And it's that fast internet, buddy. There better be no hiccups. There be no hiccups. I said, what's the top package you got? Give me thems. Give me thems. Seriously. I'm gonna flex on that one. Top pack. Let's go. Hey Dan, sorry to hear. First off, you're going through a rough time, but glad we could send some inspiration your way. It gets greater later. Someone asked, I'm drinking decaf coffee. What's for dinner, Kashif? I don't know. I really don't know. I wanted to go grocery shopping today, but I got busy doing other stuff, so I don't know. I would like a good salad, but I don't know. Maybe I can go get the stuff make my own salad. Yeah, the Mind Palace. I always keep my place. I don't have nothing. I always keep my places clean. I always keep my places clean. I was cleaning up in the kitchen this morning. Got a little coffee on the counter. I said, nope. I will say this though, and do not crucify me. Do not crucify me. I do. This is another reason. Another reason I'm kind of glad to have this place for so long. Like, it's for instance, like I like comic books. I'm never gonna have a huge, massive comic book collection again. I am a minimalist, will always be one. But I'm like, you know what? It'd be nice to be able to just buy a few comic books every now and then. Put them in a drawer somewhere. Can't do that on the road. You know what I mean? Some little stuff like that, like some of my geeky tendencies. I said, just certain itches I haven't been able to scratch for a while. Hey, it'd be nice to be able to buy a comic book every now and then, and it not be this big ordeal about will it fit in my suitcase? How can I? You know what I mean? You know how good it felt to get everything out my big suitcase. I hadn't taken everything out of my big suitcase, and I don't know how long. I would take out the stuff I wore a lot or wore the most, but there's always, you know what I mean? To empty out my suitcase, That was huge. That was huge. So yeah, just little things. All right, where am I on these comments? I do not have any pictures to put up, Dorothea, but I think I have a lot of friends that are artists and photographers and stuff. So I am gonna put some stuff on the wall once I figure out how to hang pictures. Um, Never done it before. But I think I'm going to probably put up some of my friends' stuff. Yeah, that I was like, you know what? And that's something else. I've got a lot of friends that are artists I've never been able to support because I didn't have a house. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what? I would like to support some of my friends, some of their artwork, maybe some of their photography. So do I have any spots I want to visit around Denver? Amanda, like there's I can't say any like come to mind, but there, you know what I mean? Like I don't have any specific other than like the botanical gardens I've never been to and some of the museums. But I know there's a lot of kind of places I've passed, like parks and things like that, that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come back to that one day. So I just want to explore the whole, and I want to go to a Rockies game. That's happening soon. I want to go to a Rockies game. Just a lot of stuff I want to do. A lot of stuff, that I don't get to do because I'm rarely in a big city. So why would your car get broken into in nomad life, David? I feel like you're less likely to get your car broken into in nomad life than in regular life. Yeah, yeah, I just like the taste of coffee, but I'm trying to wean myself off caffeine, so drinking decaf. MEB checking in from Portugal. What up? What up? $12 coffee machine at the Walmart. Y'all know, but you don't just go down the aisle with the coffee machines. You got to dig for the $12 one. They try to get you to buy one of them fancy $30 ones. Not me. I found that $12 one. Aisha, it seems like every stream, Aisha, you be wanting to walk out of work, no matter what we're talking about. You be like, y'all, this is making me want to leave. Every every stream, Aisha, it's something. You're like, I'm trying to get out of here. Um, hey, I said, do it. Walk out of work early. I give you permission. Tell them it's to celebrate, a friend's housewarming party. This is how we housewarm live streams. Yeah, I might do a chef salad, but that's a lot of stuff you got to buy to make your own chef salad. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, Johan coming through. Johan, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Super Chat Squad. Said not much for hey, it's enough. It's enough. Thank you, sir. Said not much for showing love to you, Tim. Super Chat Squad. Hey, I appreciate that, Johan. Good to see you. Super Chat Squad in the building. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Good to see you. The professor's here. Heavenly Path. I've been to Thailand. And is the Philippines in Asia? I've been to Thailand and the Philippines. So yeah, I'm trying to get back soon. Michelle, I'm in the Denver metro area. Yeah. Blazer said digital comics. I never liked digital comics. There's something about holding the comic. You know what I mean? Like I never liked digital comics. I tried them, never liked it, never liked it. No, Reef, there is no maid or cleaner. No, we're not on that type of time, money wise. No, no. Yeah, there's a maid and a cleaner. Me. Um, Washer and dryer. Yeah, there's a washer dryer in the complex. You got the. It's cool. They got a thing. I went down there to the laundry room. You pay on with your phone. It doesn't do credit card or coins. It's an app. I said, I don't know if I like that. We'll see. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I said, okay, new technologies. I don't know if I'll do it. Oh, that's a thought though. Grocery haul. I want to do some. I want to do some cooking videos. Just I'll do one. I'll do one, and then when it goes horrible, I might not do one again. But I do want to try a cooking video. Pushing the envelope. Come to Vegas. I'm always in Vegas. I'm always in Vegas. Honestly, I might actually in the coming months be in Vegas. Uh, I wanted to go to Phoenix to see a Phoenix Mercury WNBA game, but I really don't want to go back to Arizona. After my last trip there, I'm done with I'm just over Arizona. Um, and I was looking everything up, and I could go see them in Vegas for so much cheaper. I could go see the Phoenix Mercury when they play in Vegas for probably half the cost of going to Phoenix. So I was like, I might, yeah, if yeah, yeah, but I gotta go. I gotta go to a Mercury game this year, so I might be in Vegas. But I've been to Vegas so much, it'd have to be like a reason like that. Mortuary artist, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, thank you. So what an inspirational person you are. Thank you, thank you, Angela. What's up? Good to see you. Oh, okay, David. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, but here's the thing: if you said I would think my car would be potentially broken into because I would have more valuable stuff in the car. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Um, but if you stealth it out good enough, no one will know. That's kind of the thing. But trust me, I get that because that is a worry when you've got. Trust me, I know when all your possessions are in your car and you're driving places you've never been before. It's a worry. But I always had to tell myself like nobody knows what I have in the car. You know what I mean? So like if I just don't show valuables, keep it pretty stealthy, um, probably really not going to happen. So I get you thinking like that, but it's the same could happen where you live now. You know, people who don't know mad get their cars broken into. So you know what I mean? Um, but it is a concern. But you just use the common sense. The mind palace. I'm a big believer in saving money. We live in a society, sadly, that is very driven. That money makes it go. Money makes the society go around. So I'm all about freedom and being as free as you possibly can. And one of the best ways to get free is to not be in debt, not have a lot of bills, and save your money. You also want to try to cut back on your bills, cut back on your expenses, cut back on your spending. All that helps, but also too, like if you've got savings, that's less you have to work. At the end of the day, if you break it down, savings is good because it frees you from being so anxious. You got a little savings, you got a safety net. You're not as worried about the car breaking down, something going wrong in your house or in your apartment or getting sick. Like little less anxiety, less stress. And then also when it comes to things like work, you get enough savings, you can take some time off work. You get enough savings, they start acting too crazy at the job, you just walk out. You get enough savings, or even if you don't, you just knowing you could. That's one of the beautiful things about having money in the bank. It's just knowing you could do certain things, even if you choose not to do it. I could walk right about this job and be good for about 6 months. You may not do it, but you could. Or one of the things with me, like I don't buy a lot of stuff, but I enjoy fantasizing about buying stuff. I don't buy a lot of stuff, but I like looking at something and being like, I can buy it. I can get about three of them. So yeah. I think savings definitely helps you to get free. Um, and I think it definitely helps with like a simpler lifestyle because in order to some people like me, I'm just a naturally good saver, but for a lot of people, they didn't start out saving. So in order for them to get that mind frame to start saving money, they had to kind of like simplify and they had to stop like buying things and they had to stop going into debt and they had to like reduce their bills in order for them to be able to save any money. So I think and then that just keeps the ball keeps rolling. You realize how well that's working. All that feels good. You start doing it more and more. So, yeah, I'm big on saving money. Some people say you can't just save; you got to invest. I say start with saving. Start with saving, then we'll go from there. Max, I don't think I'll be in South Florida. I don't know. When I go to Florida, I go North Florida because that's where family is. I honestly, I'll be honest, I really don't. Maybe the Keys one time. Other than that, I really don't have any desire to go to Florida. Like I lived there for 20 years or something like that. 20, 25 years. So yeah, Florida's low on the list. Terrell says, I've been a fan for a long time now. Tell him, hey, I'm at a point in my life where responsibilities and constraints have finally been lifted off my shoulders. Nice. Do you have family or think about going back? I have family, but like I don't have kids or wife or any of that. My immediate family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, and them, like we talk enough. Me and my dad talk pretty regular. You know, we talk enough. So like I don't have any family to like go back to. Um, Personally, I just, I never was a up my family's butt type person. Like I just never. We had, what, 20 some years we'd all lived together. That's that's enough for me. And I get other people are different, but yeah, yeah, we grew up together. We good, you know. Lee says, "Do you think it's getting harder to save money because of inflation?" I have to be honest. Like I haven't really seen the inflation really. Maybe because I just buy the same stuff all the time. I see little prices here. I don't know. Like, but the dollar's been steady losing its value, every year for the past 100 years. So it's you know what I mean? The dollar's been losing its value. Like it's I don't know. I think it may be harder to save money, maybe a little harder, but I think we still should try, Like it's the you only get the game you got. You know what I mean? You only get the game you got. So it's like this is the environment we have, this is the landscape we're in. We got to figure out how to like do the things we want to do in this one. So if you think saving money is important, you got to figure out in an inflationary economy what you can do to save as much money as possible. Hey, the likes are looking good on this one. I appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button. Appreciate that. Because she said, how do you structure your days with all that freedom? That is something that some days is tough. I know people rolling their eyes like, whatever. Okay, here comes the pity. Really? Really, Mr. Pity Party? It's rough. You have so much freedom. No, I'm just saying, like, some days it is rough when you have so many options or you have so much time because there's, as much as, I love taking days and doing nothing. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to this state park down here and walk the whole. It's like a 15-mile walk around the lake. I think I'm gonna walk the whole thing, 15 miles. Let's see if we can do it. See if we can do it. So there are some days when I do nothing. That to me, that's doing something, but it's not really doing anything. There are days that I actively do nothing, and I have no shame in that. But there are some times when I'm like, hey, Tim, it's been like 4 days. You haven't done nothing. like we all have to do enough to make ourselves feel like we're accomplishing something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what society thinks about what I do. It's like y'all ain't paying my bills. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, society ain't paying my bills, so it can think whatever it wants about me. As long as I'm taking care of Tim, I'm fine. And whatever responsibilities I think are mine, I'm good. I don't care what people think. But to ourselves, we have to justify accomplishing something. And there are times where I just kind of don't do much, and then to myself, I'm like, tell them you got to be doing something. Like you got to get some structure here. It can't just be, you know, get out of bed at 9 and watch cartoons and get lunch and take a nap. And the so yeah, that is hard some days. I do try to like, and that's what you'll see every now and then. I'll go back to work because it helps. It gives my day structure. Oh, I got to get up at 8 o'clock to go to work. So sometimes I just like having that structure for a month or two. Because it feels like I'm accomplishing a lot. It's interesting. Life is very interesting, but I love the ability to see all different aspects of it and try to like figure them out. Hey, good luck, Angela. Good luck with the new job, getting the new job. Anthony checking in from Maui. Nice. Heavenly path. I think starting your own business is great. No, I don't think you're missing out. No, not at all. Not at all. Sandra, I'm probably gonna wait on the gig jobs for a little bit because I need to give my car some time to that thing that took me back and forth across the country how many times in the past couple years. I want to get my car looked at, fixed up, and just give it some time to chill. You know what I mean? Um, Definitely not going to do Rover. We ain't walking dog walking. Dog. I see people walking dogs all the time. I feel so bad. Just, you got to work all day to come home and walk your dog, but people seem to like it. Um, so yeah, I might chill out on the gig jobs for a little bit, which honestly I would love to. I seen a grocery store the other day. I was like, dang, I want an Instacart here. It was a King Supers and it was in a nice part of town. I was like, man, I would just come park here and Instacart from this store all the time. But I was like, nah, I need to let my car chill for a little bit. Um, what else am I doing for income? I have been looking into a lot of those gig temp apps. I signed up for a couple of them. I haven't been able to really get them to work though. I don't know why. It's been weird. So I got to take some time and figure that all out. A friend of mine works for one called InstaWork, I think, and there's another one called Blue Crew. I think they're all in this area. So I haven't been looking into them. Maybe get set up with a couple of those and do some of that for income on the side. Have I ever stayed at America Inn? I don't think so, Kevin. I got pretty high standards. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, TT shopping for Shipped. Nice, nice, nice. Glad we can introduce you to that. Yes. It would be. I have not set up my YouTube studio. I have to buy the stuff. Like I don't have it, so I gotta buy it and set it up. So, yeah, yeah. But that's hopefully that's coming. That's coming. That's why when that animal was howling all morning, it kind of really threw me because I'm like, one of the big reasons I wanted an apartment was so I could like have a YouTube studio, and I can't have animals howling in the background. I'm trying to do live streams. I'm trying to do videos. I can't have animals howling. That in the universe, once again, universe has a sense of humor. It's like, see, now you got to figure that out. But we have workarounds that we've learned how to pivot. One of these things I love about being a nomad, I have learned how to pivot. When you're on the road all the time, things almost never go exactly the way you're planned. You learn how to like figure stuff out on the fly. You learn to not sit around and ruminate. You're just like, oh, that happened, sucks. Let me do this. So we're gonna get it figured out. But yeah, we gonna get the YouTube studio kind of deal figured out. I'm just happy to have my microphone back. I haven't had my Blue Yeti mic in months probably, so I'm glad to have that back. Sonny, what up? What up? What up? My boy Luke, what up? What up? I'm accepting the positive vibes, sending it back to you, man. Appreciate that. Hope you and the old lady are good. MD Van, Montana's amazing. I love Montana. I love Montana. I love Montana. Sonny, I have a roommate. Yes, I do have a roommate. Yeah, yeah. Wasn't trying to pay the rent alone. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with Cyan Lee. Come on, you can put the pieces together, Lee. You can put the pieces together. I'm in Denver. I have a roommate. Who else would it be? You can put the pieces together, Lee. So of course I'm hanging out with Cyan. You can put the pieces together. Megan, I'm not religious, no, because that implies like organized religion. I am a spiritual person, so I do believe in a higher power, creator, the source. the universe. I do believe there is a power that flows through everything. But I'm not a religious person. No, not at all. It is interesting that in our culture we equate the two together typically. People's spiritual life is through religion. I just don't feel like you have to go through a religious organization to commune with that which is. That which created me. I don't think put in a stipulation in our friendship contract that I have to go and sit in a building every Sunday in order to talk to him, her, it. You know what I mean? It just seems weird to me. Just me, my personal opinion. Um, and I don't think I think I can believe it's all just a game and believe there's a creator. I personally just don't think the creator this is what religion has taught us. This is a tangent here, but and if you think about it, you will notice this. Religion has taught us to be very fearful of all the things we do, be very fearful of God. Religion has taught us, oh, we're lowly sinners. Religion taught us this. Nothing else in the world says that. Nothing else in the universe says that. All of that came from religion. So that's why most people, if you start saying, "Oh, life, doesn't really have a point. It's just a game," people think that's going against God because they think God is this super serious person who says you can't do this, thou shalt, all this crazy stuff. Religion taught you that. Here's a question. I've been saving this one. We're gonna talk real quick, folks. Then we'll get back to the comments. We're gonna talk real quick. Then we'll get back to patting myself on the back for finally getting an apartment. Uh, why are humans the only creatures on this planet that sin? You have never heard anyone, even when other creatures act up, the dog comes in the house and poops all over the carpet. It's not sin. No matter what any other organism does, they don't sin. It's only us that sin. Now, I know someone say, well, we're the only ones with free will. That's what most people answer. Just it still seems weird to me. We don't equate sin to any other organisms just do what they do. It's either instinct, it's just that's what they do. They don't know any better. Everybody else has an excuse. Humans, we're the only ones that sin. And religion tells us that when we sin, we're going to go to a bad place and bad stuff's going to happen to us. We don't get a break. Why is it just not like, hey, that's sometimes the stuff humans do? We all make mistakes. Religion has taught us we're lowly sinners and we need to be afraid all the time. Nothing else can sin. Nothing else gets in trouble but humans. Every other organism will do whatever it wants. Oh, that's what they do. Humans, we're sinners. We sin. We're going to hell. All this craziness. So I'm very spiritual. And I think I can be a spiritual person. Personally, just my opinion. Don't think the creator's up there super. You better, you better. I think you just think, yeah. The universe has a sense of humor. I just don't think it has to be that serious. And if you think about it, the only thing that tells us that, like, the main force that tells us this life has to be super serious, religion. Moving on. Justin made $300 day trading the Nasdaq. Okay, okay, okay. Little Bear said, "Have you ever thought about visiting eco villages?" Not really. I don't know if that's my jam. If it happened, I wouldn't say I'm against it, but I don't know if that's my jam. These comments keep flying. I'm sorry, I'm so behind on the comments, folks. I'm trying to, wait. I'm way behind. Okay, hold on. There was a comment I wanted to read. Appreciate all the congratulations, people. By the way, thank you. Andrew checking in from New Zealand. Okay. Hey Terrell, no problem, man. I don't, hey, if I can speak my truth and it helps other people, I don't mind, opening up, being vulnerable. Like, if it can help somebody, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Tony, I did not go to college, so I didn't major in anything. Eva, I agree with you. So I think people who need a job to feel like they're accomplished something would do well to learn who they are a little better. There's more to us than working for an employer. I totally agree with that. And I think that's why, they want us to work as many hours as possible so we don't get that time to realize that. Because then we'd all stop. Well, it's starting to happen now. Folks are starting to stop. Like I have never I cannot believe the comments I'm getting on my last video about quiet quitting. I cannot believe, I mean, 1,000 plus comments now. People are over it. People are done. People are like, I'm about to quit, or yeah, I'm a quiet quit. I've quiet quit for 7 years. I mean, just people are over it. It's amazing. Like I would have never thought this was the average worker's viewpoint. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Because for too long, yeah, we just put all of who we were into the job. You know, job first, family second. We tried to spin it, and I get, yeah, you go to work to take care of your family, but it ended up being a lot of times job first, family second, us third, and that's not the way to live. Natural law, I've never been to a overtly racist place. No. I went to one place that just I didn't get a good feeling, but there was nothing overtly racist. But you gotta understand, I'm from down south, so like the places I go now are nothing compared to some of the stuff I've seen back home. You know what I mean? I think that's why it's a little different for me too, because I'm like, I can tell you stories from Florida. You know what I mean? But I don't tell those stories because that's not something I harp on. But a lot of places I go now, even if something does happen, which almost never happens, it's nothing compared to stuff that used to happen back there. So, Anthony, I flew Frontier once, and I gotta be honest with you, felt like Greyhound in the air. Felt like I was on a Greyhound bus at 10,000 feet. Um, Not really my cup of tea, but I mean, I'm sure they're decent. Thomas checking in. Lee, I probably will go up to the Y and visit Lee. Yeah, me and Cyan talked about that the other day. I probably will go up to the Y. I'll probably go up there and rent a cabin for like a weekend and hang out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, Andrew, appreciate that. Thank you. Riding the wave said you in love. What is it? What does that mean? Eric, I'm in the Denver area. Learn English with Debbie. Yeah, yeah. I know I've been familiar with affiliate marketing for a while. And back in my early days on the internet, I did a lot more of it, but I just not really a product review person. I just feel like it doesn't. If there's a product I have and I use a lot, I don't mind reviewing it. But as far as actively seeking products to review, so I could get the commission and things like that, I feel like that just doesn't really go in line with my brand, or my message. As a minimalist, you know? So, that's why I don't do more of it because it's just kinda like, now if I had another channel that was based around something else, and there were products that, went along with that, cool. But kinda like on this channel, it's just not really a push product channel. So that's why I don't do it on here. But I've done it in the past. Yeah, yeah. Priscilla checking in. How's it going? Is my closet person here too? Oh yeah, closet person is right here. Got a big closet. Closet person is living in style. The closet person is living good. Y'all don't laugh at me. I got this back. Got the Pedialyte back. Oh, that tastes good. Okay, okay. We get to hide. We get to block somebody. I see. That's why I know I got some growth. I know I got some growth because I still kind of get a rush. I still got growth. You know what I mean? If the plants and animals weren't made in God's image, whose image were they made in? And what does that even mean? See, actually, I'm not even go there. I'm not even go there. I'm not gonna go there because then we'll get into discussions that, like I said, whatever other people believe, cool, respect, not knocking anyone's faith. Someone asked me, so I gave my answer, a little tangent, but I ain't gonna go back and forth. Like if you believe that way, cool, cool. Some of the best people I know are very religious, and I know it's their religion that is why they're that good of people. So I'm not knocking it. This is just the way I see it. Did I have any career interests when I was 20, Tony? My interests at 20 was alcohol and women. Like it was it was Bud Light and skanks. I wasn't drug. Nah, I never, I just never, like I always was a hard worker, but this ideal of like career just never really. You know, I worked to the weekends and we partied and it started back over. Like I never was just like ambitious as far as career and climbing the ladder and advancement and nah, yeah, I just never was in it. If not there's anything wrong with that if people want to do that, but I personally, no, I never. I learned pretty young that if you get a job nobody else wants to do, you'll always have a job. So clean up storeroom, stuff of that nature. Yeah, I always have a job. Yeah, I just never. I don't. A lot of the stuff that seems super real and super important to other people never seem real to me. So like it never like career just seemed very serious and adult to me. Like I'll work hard, but like it's a means to an end. It never was the goal. Mike, every now and then you'll see someone working a seasonal work with a service animal, but other than that, you can't really. You got to think about it from the employer's point of view and the point of view of people like myself who don't like pets. Most of the time, at seasonal work, you're going to be living in employee housing. If everybody got to bring their pet, it'd be overrun with A, poop, B, stank, three, hair. It just wouldn't be viable. So most employers say you can't bring a pet unless it's like a documented service dog. Not just like you went to your cousin who's a nurse practitioner and she said you need a service ant. No, like really. But yeah, it's just not feasible to have that many pets. 100 employees and 89 of them bring a pet. Like, yeah. So one of the reasons I like seasonal work is because yeah, you don't get a lot of pets. Exactly, Nikki. Yeah. You ever ask somebody who are you? You're right. Ask somebody who are you, um, and they will name off like what they do. Um, who people. If you ask somebody who they are, they'll usually say their name, and then you say, "Hey, that's just words. That's just a name. That's just how I identify you from someone else. Like that's not you. Who are you?" Then they'll either name off like so and so's husband, Tyler's mom, like they name all like it's all these oh I'm a lawyer. Like we always name all this other stuff that isn't us. We name a lot of what we do or how we're connected to other people. We name how we make our money and how we're connected to other people. Ask somebody who they are. Now it's kind of a trick question because I mean my answer is I don't know. The deepest I can go like energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a trick question, but it's just funny to see what people name off to think is them that really isn't. You know, it's a lot of it's what you do, but it's not you. And a lot of it they name off the beginning isn't even the stuff they do that they appreciate. Like if you're, into photography and you say I'm a photographer, I'll give you that. And who am I? It's not who you are, but it's in there. It's in there. If I say I'm a nomad, that's not who I am, but it's part of it. I'll give you that. But people usually start with like work. Unless you just have a job you love and that's all you've ever wanted to do, okay? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird how little we like think about who we are, why we're here, and what we actually do and why we do it. Like it's people go 80 years through this life just kind of zombie like, just doing what everybody else says do, hating it, complaining about it, but still doing it, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Bring joy. Greyhound is cool. Greyhound goes a lot of places that other, Amtrak may not go. They might not have an airport, but just know what comes with it. Know what comes with it. I say if there's another way to travel, take that. But if maybe because of the money or where you're going, Greyhound is the only way. Cool. Uh, I guess I recommend it, but I mean, I just didn't see too much. I done been through too much. Somebody messaged me on Facebook the other day this long, or was it on Instagram? But she was like, "You can share this with your followers if you want to." But it was like a horrible experience. Our bus ended up being like 15 hours late or something crazy. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the thing." Like you'll get a lot of people be like, "Greyhound's not that bad." And they've taken like 3-hour trips, like these little local trips. You start taking these longer trips, you have 2 or 3 layovers, and you miss one, your bus is late, so you miss a layover. You got to sit at the Cleveland Greyhound station for 14 hours. Okay, come back and talk to me then. That's my issue with Greyhound. It's not like hating on Greyhound. It's just that I've sat at so many stations so much longer, and I've had more than one trip be like a day longer than it should have been. After the first time, you tell your friends, "Oh, I'm gonna be in Lake City, Florida, Tuesday at 7," and you get there Wednesday at 7. After that happens, you start to look at a travel method a little different. And then when it happens again, you're like, "Nah, man, I'm flying. I'm flying. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it." You know what I mean? Because like a lot of times I'll be on trips that are time sensitive. Like I might only have a week. So if Greyhound causes me to miss a whole day, I'm like, that's big to me. I mean, I see these people for another 3 years. I got 7 days with them, and I missed one of them days because of Greyhound. Like, nah, I fly. Yeah, so I mean, Greyhound is okay, but uh, I'm way behind on these comments. I'm sorry, folks. Here's Frank. Yeah, trust me. It says, "How do you care about your health without money? Even your teeth may cost you thousands." Trust me, I know. I spent thousands on my teeth last year. 2020, 2021. I spent thousands on my teeth. Trust me, I know. I know. But I just pay I just pay it. Just pay it. You know what I mean? So yeah. And I think sometimes people get my message construed. I'm not saying Once again, never saying money is bad. We're just talking about saving money. One of the reasons you save money is so like when you have the doctor or dentist, you can go, you know? Um, and I know I'm always saying I'm broke, but that's, we're all broke compared to like the 1%. That's why you'll never hear me not say I'm broke. Compared to the billionaires out there, we're all broke. But I work. I, I save money. You know. We just had to drop a lot of it on this apartment. Okay, moving on. Jolie says somebody hook up our brother with a better camera. I'm just on my laptop right now. I don't have to explain this. I'm gonna do this. This is probably ego. I probably shouldn't explain this. This is ego. This is ego. But I didn't say. I'm gonna explain. I'm on my laptop now. Um, so yeah, the camera on here is crap. But I mean, we got cameras. we we've been 10 years. We got cameras. Okay, all right, okay, or the ability to buy. The only reason I'm touching on this one because somebody said it in the last stream too. So you need better camera. It's like, bro, it's okay. Trust me, we got cameras. I'm a little behind these comments. I'm reading them, but I'm trying to catch up with them. Nita H, first time catching the stream. Nice, nice. Accepting the positive vibes, sending them back to you. I'm reading them. I'm reading them. I'm just trying to. Linda, I am in the Denver metro area. Good to see you, by the way. Yeah, Omar, it's the religion God stuff is interesting because I came up in a very religious household. And I'm so glad I came up in that household. I always said I came up with Jehovah's Witness. I would never change that for the world, even though like I'm not a part of that organization anymore. It's not a label I put on myself anymore. But like it's the reason I like to discuss it, but I have to hold back is because it is a topic people are very passionate about, but not very logical about. So like anything in life, what people are very passionate about, but not very logical about, I'll be ready to go in because none of us can prove any of what we say on things like that. None of us can prove any of it. All the stuff I say, I can't prove any of it. I just ask questions. I just say things don't seem right. You know what I mean? You'll notice a lot of my stuff is more disproving and like it's more disbelief than what I believe. It's just like I don't really know. This stuff don't make sense. But how could I ever know? This is what I believe. I just don't believe. You know what I mean? So like whenever there's a hole in people's logic, I be wanting to go in because that's what I always do. But I know when it comes to like religion stuff like that, I gotta hold back because it's like logic has gone out the window, and people will say that's faith. I get it, but sometimes I just be like, man, you gotta, you know what I mean, you gotta give me something. When people just parrot back what they've been taught by other people, it kind of gets to me. But respect, respect. Moving on, moving on. Hey, Mike01 Davis, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Super Chat Squad still in the building. So just getting here, Tim. Did I miss where your home base is now? It's no surprise in the Denver metro area where I've been for the past month. Um, honestly, it was the apartment was kind of locked in a while ago, and it was just waiting for the previous occupants to leave and then to clean it up. So that's why I was kind of like driving me crazy because I'm like, got approved, ready to go, and just waiting. And every week when I had to pay more money on a hotel, I was just like, ah. But yeah, yeah, yeah. We just decided to pick this area. Ray checking in. The hoodie makes me look like a cult leader. every, every now and then I just like to throw a hoodie on. I don't know. It's a little chilly in here because I'm too cheap to turn the heat on because it was cool. It's a little cool outside today. So yeah, I throw my hoodie on. Ghost Mig Toe been lurking in the shadows. Shout out to the Lurk Squad. We in here. You're a sober minimalist yourself, enjoying the content. Hey, 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 nice, nice, nice. Appreciate you saying that. And congrats on the sobriety and the minimalism. Let's go. Mark, yeah, this is my yeah, this is my apartment. You can notice there's nothing here. There's some stuff on the floor. I got my stuff out on the floor and just I got to empty my suitcase for the first time in forever. So, there's just like sweatshirts and I forgot I bought an iron a month or so ago and it magically appeared bottom of something, middle of something. Oh, I did buy an iron. I think it was stuffed down in my bug out bag. I was like, oh, I got an iron, which is good because I need it. Yeah, I think I am gonna Peepers playing. Piper's playing. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do bed wise. I might just get like something cheap, short term solution, and then really do my research and figure out what I want. But ultimately, the goal is to you know get something decent because I ain't get no younger, so I need my body to heal as much as possible every night when I go to sleep. I slept on the floor last night. I was out to sleep my sleeping bag on the floor. I mean, it worked. I slept, but I feel it in the bones today. But yeah, we're gonna figure out something short term and then decide what we want to do long term. All right, honey, I'm a 40. I like that. That was funny, Anthony. That was good. That was good. That was good. Yeah, Michelle, I got a balcony. Got a decent sized balcony. Decent sized balcony. I'm gonna have to put up some. Like, I don't like sitting on balconies because I don't want people looking at me. So I'm gonna have to put something up to where sometimes people have that stuff up so you can see out, but people really can't see you. Yeah, yeah, that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. Dance Up 2001. I like all types of music. Hip hop, rap, R and a little R&B, country. Well, I love classic country, rock, classic rock, like a little classical when I'm in the mood. You know, little who's that I was listening to? Was it Chopin? It was somebody. It was Chopin. Is that how you say it? Chopin. That was my jam for a little bit. Yeah, I like all types of music except like reggae. I'm not really into reggae. That was negative. I shouldn't have said it. Appreciate all the congratulations, by the way, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have an iron because for me, living out of suitcases so much, your stuff gets wrinkled. And like when I wash my clothes, I throw everything in the wash one time. I dry it all together. I throw it in a bag and I take it out. So like and then a lot of times it'll sit in my car for 2 hours while I'm hiking or something. Like then I just hang it all up. Every now and then I'll be going somewhere and I want to like look presentable. And so like I need an iron to like iron a shirt or something. I like that one. Yeah, IKEA platform bed, then splurge on the mattress. Maybe, maybe. Hey, Alfonso, appreciate you saying that. Say keep up the great work. I definitely will. Thank you. Thank you. Patsy, yeah, Patsy said sleeping on the floor is good for your back. I think that depends. I kind of think that depends. I think if you slept on the floor your whole life, yeah, it'd probably be great for your back. I think, if you've never slept on the floor, then you start sleeping on the floor, you might be in for some issues. You know what I mean? So like, and I think it kind of depends on what state your back's in, you know? Um, I just know I felt it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna risk it. We put our back through a lot in the past 20 some years we've been working. So yeah, yeah, and yeah, I need whatever help I can get to sleep because I'm routinely wake up at like 3 in the morning, and then I can't get back to sleep. Then so like I need as much help as I can get. I need as much help as I can get. Kiana, no, not a fan of Bob Marley's music. No, I know that's probably sacrilege to some people, but nah, 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 nah. Alfonso, I don't have one-on-one consulting, but I'm thinking about, and even me saying this sounds crazy, but people have asked. I'm thinking about just setting up like a calendly. Is that how you say it? Calendly. Um, and just doing like 30-minute calls. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna call it coaching. I'm not gonna call it. It's just gonna be like, hey, we can have a 30-minute discussion, and I'm not even gonna charge for it. It's gonna be like donation based. If you feel you got whatever value you feel you got out of it, if you want to donate, cool. If you like, man, this was the worst 30 minutes of my life, and you don't want to do cool, but just like I'm thinking about setting up something like that, where just like certain time slots on certain days, there'll be vacancies, and if somebody wants to snag one, we talk. We can do Zoom. We can do just regular phone, whatever. Um, I do know a couple things. I don't know much. But I'll say this. I want you to say I know some things. I've seen some things, been through some things, and so there might be things people want to pick my brain about, questions they want to ask. Maybe it's easier to do it, one on one. So I'm thinking about setting something up like that up, but just very like, it ain't gonna be coaching about the nah, it's not very informal and not even gonna charge for it. My first meal was Chinese food, I think. Yeah, Chinese food. Carol, good to see you. I'm still here in Colorado. Ray, I'm just renting an apartment. I didn't buy a house. No, I'm just renting an apartment. Actual Tempur-Pedic is the best ever. I mean, hey, I don't know if I got actual Tempur-Pedic money. Asia, what's up? Good to see you. I don't know if I got actual Tempur-Pedic money. I may have to get a. I was trying to see. I was trying to work a Tempur-Pedic, like TIM, but that would be funny on paper. But if I just said it, but the thought was there, folks. I had a Tempur-Pedic joke, but it wouldn't have made sense unless it was on paper. Like, okay, okay, but the thought was there. Thought was there. Yeah, okay, I thought. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting that. That's one thing. This what is it? April? Yeah, one thing I want to get set up this month because a few people have asked me, which I'm blessed. Like it amazes me that people have asked. Yeah. William, the lease is for a year, so we gonna we gonna be around. That's not to say I'm not still gonna be traveling. I mean, one of the I've said I think it'll make it easier to do some of the traveling I want to do because now I don't have to take all my stuff with me. When I'm done, I just come back home. It really gonna make some things easier. Ray, I think credit cards, me personally, I think they're great for emergencies. I really don't understand why we use credit cards if we don't have to. You know what I mean? Like it's weird to me. Like I've lived my whole life. Like okay, let me break down my credit card history. When I was 18, like the day after you turn 18, they send you like 3 credit cards, right? Maybe even the day before. You ain't 18 yet, but tomorrow you can you can use these. You can activate these. So I, being the 18-year-old that I was, uh, back then I think you could take them and go to the ATM. They probably stopped that now. They give you little $200, $100, $300 credit cards. You know, I went right to the ATM and I got cash and I blew it at the strip club. Let's go. That's where I was at with it. Okay. The credit cards I got back in the day, that's where I was at with it. So I maxed all those out, never paid those back, and then I never got another credit card. So I haven't had a credit card since I was 18. And so I've always been like, if you don't have the money, you can't buy it. So now I understand, especially if you got a family, you got a house or some other stuff, you got kids. I understand having a credit card for emergencies. I get that. I don't understand the thought of being like, I don't have the money to buy that jacket, but I really like that jacket, so I'm gonna put it on the credit card. You ain't got the money. What are you doing? Like that concept is just foreign to me. Like I could even get every once in a while. Okay, every once in a while, you're like, you know what? I really don't need that jacket, but I'll be able to. But people just consistently, regularly, month in and month out, put stuff on credit cards and have thousands of dollars of credit. You already got $10,000 of credit card debt. You still put stuff on credit cards. As soon as you pay one down, you max it out again. I just don't understand that. And I think the reason credit is so easy to get and credit cards, good credit is hard, but to get credit is easy, is because they know that'll keep you on the hamster wheel, that'll keep you in the rat race. Not only are they not paying you much, but they're getting back all that not much they're paying you because you're in so much credit card debt. So you got to keep working. Like, they got you. And then you just keep doing it. It's crazy. That's why I don't really like credit cards, is just because it enslaves people. It gets people, in this debt prison they can't get out of. Joseph L, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate the love. I appreciate that support. Thank you so much, Joseph. Says, ha ha ha, like the old Simpsons joke when they were looking at Cerny and Magnet Box TVs. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You have to read that. You have to read that. You can't say that out loud. You have to read that. I've never seen that episode of The Simpsons. I haven't really watched a lot of The Simpsons, but I've heard they do a lot of that on there. But yeah, the Tempur-Pedic, that would kill them in a humor column. Thank you, Joseph. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate that. Lemuria, no, I'm not. I'm not a veteran. Hey, Carol, coming through with the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Carol. Carol Hodges, I appreciate that. Said a big congratulations on your new apartment. Sending you a ton of well wishes. I hope you'll be happy and comfortable there. Thank you so much, Carol. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. You constantly coming through, showing love. Thank you so much, Carol. And for the wishes, the good wishes. I need all those. It's always scary, like signing a year lease, because you're like, what if it's not? Totally, but it's like, nah. So yeah, yeah. I'm hoping I'll be happy and comfortable here too as well. Thank you so much, Carol. I really appreciate it. Super Chat Squad in the building. I'm gonna go up to some of these comments real quick. Hammock sleeping. Okay, all right. Can I do that in here? I don't know if I can hammock. Can I put hammock spikes in the walls? Hammock spikes, is that a thing? Okay. Um, Uh, MEB, like you said, any tips on packing efficiently? I just roll everything up. Like I really don't. I don't know if I can make a video about it. There's people who've done it who way better. I just roll all my clothes up, and then I just don't have much. I think that's that's my secret. I just don't have nothing. I just don't have much. Jolie too. I do not miss my immediate family. I'm not a big like gotta be up my family's butt person. So, we talk occasionally. Me and my dad talk a lot. I got to see him for the first time in like 10 years recently, so that was amazing. Um, Shout out to Pops. But my mom and my sisters, we talk occasionally. I'm just not a honestly, since I'm very transparent, like because of some of the religious stuff, um, me and my dad still very close. My mom and my sisters, they really don't kick it with me like that. But the universe has provided people to fill that void for me. And that's not a shot at my family. I appreciate they do what they do. There's no judgment. I still love them. I know they love me. We're not as close as we used to be. Me and my dad are, but my mom and them aren't. The universe has provided other people to take that spot. So that love that like I still have love for them and always will, but that that love that would normally, I think, go to them, there's other people in my life. I might have seen, yeah, I guess I can't tell you the last time I seen my mom and them. You know what I mean? Um, there's other people in my life who, what I mean? I got, some of my people in Bozeman and places like some of my people here in Colorado, like I'm trying to see them once a year. So when it comes to like missing people, it's them who I miss more. They're like my immediate family. Um, just because it's kind of different. And me and my dad aren't miss you, need to see you all the time people. So, you know what I mean? Like we never been like that. Like so I don't yeah, we don't miss each other. We call each other, we talk. We're not miss you people in our relationship. But there are some people in my life who I consider family that I do miss. I've said many times it was kind of hard to leave Bozeman. I got some friends there that I love dearly, but sometimes you got to move on. So I do miss people sometimes, but I mean that's the price you pay. That's the price you pay. Simplicity, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm hoping having this home base, I can be able to take the channel to the next level. Yes. Simplicity, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm hoping having this home base, I can be able to take the channel to the next level. Yes, yes, thank you. Yes. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. People are saying, use a credit card, but then pay it off every month. This is what my mind says to that. So basically, what you're telling me is eventually you're going to have the money because you have to have the money to pay it off. So what you're saying is over here on the second, you don't have the money, so you have to buy it with a credit card. But the end of the month rolls around, you'll have the money, you'll pay it off, right? You have to have the money to pay it off. Why not just wait until you have the money to buy it? That's what I never understood. Now, some people say, oh, that's how you build your credit up. I get that. But other than that, if I see something, I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna have the money for 3 weeks to buy it. I just wait 3 weeks. Because what usually happens is by the time the 3 weeks roll around, I see something else I want. Or I'm like, I'm putting that money in the bank. I don't need that. So that's just my thoughts. Like I never people are like, oh, I just get it and then I'll pay it off. Why not just wait and buy it? Because you pay more if you slip up and don't pay it. You mean I just wait till I got the money. Robbie, oh Robbie, you got unsub somehow. It's all good, Robbie. I know you unsubscribed. It's okay. I'm just messing with you. I was glad to have you back. Glad to have you back. Planet Pepe says, do all the people in your life know you have a YouTube channel, or do you keep it private from certain aspects? I don't tell anybody. Like I don't tell anybody. Well, I shouldn't say I don't tell anybody. If I go to like a new job, I don't tell anybody. If I meet somebody and like we start talking or something, it comes out. It'll usually come out. Because I mean, like once they find out about my lifestyle, there's going to be questions that are only going to be able to be answered by talking about YouTube. Or it's just something I love to do. So, if they call one day and I don't answer, then I'm like, yeah, I was live streaming. And they're going to be like, what were you? So it comes out with people like who are in my life. But like at work with bosses, I don't tell nobody. And like roommates in the past, I've kind of told because once again, they'll find out. But it's not something I just walk around and be like, I'm on YouTube. Like it doesn't, the less people honestly in your life that know, the better it is for you. Because the more people that know, the more people who might tune in, and then that's more people, watching what you say. Like when people who don't know, who aren't in your life, hey, I wish everybody would subscribe. People who are in your life, it gets weird sometimes because you never know what you might say that they may not like, and then you have to see them. You know what I'm saying? Or you tell a story and like you don't name no names, but they were part of the story. It just gets weird sometimes. So yeah, if I'm working, or you tell a story and like you don't name no names, but they were part of the story. It just gets weird sometimes. So yeah, if I'm working, I never tell anybody. Nah. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Matt said, "How long do you think the cosmos has been around?" Some say millions, some say billions, some say a few thousand. Um, I think that's one of those pointless questions, Matt. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. Time is a human concept. A. So like I think it's funny to like take something like the cosmos and then like try to figure out how long it's been around by our little human time factor. It's just funny to me. It's funny to me. Like yeah. So I have no clue. I mean, I don't like what if it came out tomorrow and we somehow could figure out the cosmos has been around 8 trillion years. Like nothing would change. Once you start getting past million, our brains can't fathom it anyway. You know what I mean? Like so. I don't know. It just doesn't. I've been. It's here. It's here. And Christian, I would agree with you. Christian, I would agree with you on that. Um, I know there are some people who use credit cards to their advantage. However, however, 90% of the population isn't going to. So, there's all kinds of things. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Everybody's against the metaverse. Everybody's against the metaverse. Or even better, everybody hates social media. You know what I mean? There's all these things that like people automatically like look at the negative. The metaverse is going to destroy the blah, blah, blah. But my point is, if you use the metaverse properly, it could work out for you. But everybody's against it because they think the average person is not going to use it responsibly, right? They think the average person is going to get sucked down some metaverse, virtual reality sex hole or something, and like never. The metaverse is just evil. People think the average person is not going to use the metaverse responsibly, so most people are against it. Yet we all know the average. We know the average person does not use credit cards responsibly, but we're all for them. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It just, like I said, credit cards are there. They do what they do. I personally don't rock with them. I get tempted to get a Delta SkyMiles card sometimes. I do when I'm on the flights because I know I could get way more SkyMiles, and I love going on my Delta app and seeing my SkyMiles add ups. It's one of my, joys in life, watching my SkyMiles add up. You can say, Tim, do you want to fall down some weird, freaky metaverse sex hole or get SkyMiles? I'm going with the SkyMiles. Sorry, sorry. Even a non-metaverse one, I'm going with the SkyMiles. I'm old now. I don't need that stuff that often. I'm going with the SkyMiles. So I do get tempted to get a Delta card. So I do. I get tempted. I get very tempted, but I still haven't done it. But that's just my point is that when we know the data shows that X amount of people, the majority of people, don't use credit cards to their advantage, why are they the best thing since, the round wheel? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I agree with you on the point. You make a point. Tino said, "What's your thoughts on keeping rent below 25% of income, using public transportation, travel over 3 months with the money saved?" I'm all for that. I'm all for that, Tino. I'm all for that. All for that. That's what I'm saying. It ain't, a lot of times I talk about seasonal work and people are, oh, them jobs don't make no money. But all the people, a good amount, not all, a good amount of the people I see at seasonal jobs are living these wonderful lives with these low paying seasonal jobs because they save their money. They take trips, they work for 4 months, they'll take a trip for a month, come back. You know what I mean? Like there's ways to do the things you want to do in life, even with like a low paying job or not a great paying job. But you can't you can't live the status quo life and impress everybody around you with the material and financial life you got if you want to have an adventurous life a lot of times. Now there are some people who got tons of money and tons of adventure. Hey, blessed. But yeah, yeah, rent a room. I've done it. Rent a room. I once again in the past 7 years, I've had a car for 2.5 of those years, maybe. I've been on the bus. I've been on the bus. I went grocery shopping on the bus many years. Even before I started this lifestyle, there was lots of times I didn't have a car. I've been grocery shopping on the bus. That number 8 bus in Gainesville, Florida, that was my jam, right? So yeah, it's like it's definitely possible, I feel, to be able to travel, do some things you wanna do, even not making that much money, but you have to make some sacrifices. Okay, okay. I'll tell you my comment section be yeah, now definitely, if you have the money and you use your credit cards just for points, rewards like that, cool. More power to you. Milk the system. Milk the system. Be one of the few people getting something out of it. But I just know a lot of people who don't have the money and they already got thousands of dollars of credit card debt and they still, for some reason, feel entitled to that new pair of shoes. Which I mean, life's a game. Play it how you want to play it. I don't care. No judgment. Like Tim, you sound very judging. No judgment. But it's just like I just weird. Hey, Kresnick, appreciate you saying that. Thank you. James, I just got an apartment in the Denver area. That's the new place. John Doe, totally agree. Credit card is just another method for subjugating the lower classes. Credit was designed to hold the poor down. I keep saying that. I keep saying it was not designed to help the poor. It was designed to make money off the poor. You're making money off the people who already don't have the money. You got to think about this stuff. Would I accept meeting an extraterrestrial? Oh, sure. If I'm, yeah, I met one. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm down well, I'm an introvert. I probably would be like, can we meet over Skype? Can we Zoom? Can we Zoom our first contact? Um, hey, Jack King. Hey, Jack King. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the journey. Glad you're digging the content. It's awesome. Catherine doing that job in Sitka, Alaska. Nice, nice, nice. Looking forward to leaving the car behind, not buying gas for the summer. Yeah, it's sometimes great. Let the car sit for a while. You don't have to worry about it. Then you got to buy gas, and you're gonna be in Alaska. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Know you're gonna love it. Know you're gonna love it. I'm low key jealous. That dog is still howling. Ben, I ain't gonna say like where exactly in Denver. It's the Denver, it's the Denver area. Jan said, Tim, you speak well and have the gift of gab. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I had a Discord, Samiru, but it's another one of the things I tried out and I realized it wasn't really for me. You know, I tried, just like I tried Spaces on Twitter, and I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. I tried little stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, there's no WNBA team in Denver, which kind of sucks, Dodo. But as I was saying earlier, the Aces play in Vegas, and that's like $100 flight. So I can see myself hopping over to Vegas a couple times this season. Just this season, I got to see the Mercury play. I got to see Sophie Cunningham in person. I got to see Sophie, and hopefully Brittany Griner will be back by then. You know, I got to see the team. So yeah, if they had a team in Denver, oh, I totally would have season tickets. If they had a Denver WNBA team, oh, I would totally have season tickets. Totally, totally. I'd put them on a credit card. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. James, yeah, Fort Collins is probably about an hour and a half or so from here. Yeah. Carl, please do not pitch commercial breaks on live streams to YouTube. I think that's a bad idea. Nah, I think it's a bad idea. I mean, you can do your own commercial breaks if you want to, but as far as YouTube controlling them, like do the initial stream, nah, I think it's a bad idea. Jay Cortez, appreciate that. Sending pops blessings as well. Thank you. Sebastian, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the journey. Y'all skillful. I did a video 5 years ago that said it's better to be poor than middle class. Your comment was, I wonder if being poor is better than being middle class when it comes to being taxed less. What do you think, Tim? Drop below the poverty line or not? I said 5 years ago I did a video. Why it's better to be poor than middle class. Poor, you get perks. Middle class, all they want to do is just like overtax you, charge you for everything. Poor, they give you all kinds of stuff. If we were smart, we all would stop trying to like get middle class. We'd all just be poor. I think maybe that's what a lot of people are doing. It's getting hot now. I think maybe that's what a lot of people are doing with this great resignation. I think they realize, yeah, I'm just be poor. I was saying that was be poor. Just wait for UBI. Okay. Q-Boy says, do you think college is worth it if you get a high-paying remote job so you can travel? Here's the thing, Q-Boy. You can never guarantee the job you're going to get. If they could guarantee, all right, you go to college for 4 years, pay this much, and we guarantee you'll get a job making six figures when you get out, okay, maybe it would be. But you can't, you know how many people, their plan was to go to college and get a high-paying job when they got out? A lot of people. They're at the Starbucks. No shade if you work at Starbucks. I love the people at Starbucks. Some of them. I love everybody. But you know what I'm saying? So, like, question, because you can't guarantee you're going to get a high paying remote job just because you go to college, no matter what your recruiter and your guidance counselor tells you. Off road adventures, you're in Denver too? All right, cool, cool, cool. Y'all know me. I'm not a very, I'm be honest, I'm not a very hit people up, hangout person. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all, I never fake the funk. I don't want to be like, yeah, listen, I rarely, uh, yeah, I'm just, yeah, I'm an introvert. Two folk nim for gov. What up? I like that name. Jason checking in from Ireland. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised Denver doesn't have a WNBA team too. Maybe it'll happen. A Monmouth game? What's a Monmouth game? A Mammoth? Oh, maybe Mammoth game. Oh, okay. I was like Monmouth game. Oh, I'm glad y'all hear that dog. Cool, 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 cool. Good, because I was worried about that. Stephanie said six figures is not what it's hyped up to be. I can believe that, but I think most people would be like, "Let me make it and find out." Most people would be like, "Neither is this 50K a year." So let me make that 107,000, and then let me get back to you. We'll compare notes when I start getting it. Hey, hope you have a great day too, Matt. Love you too, Kashif. Yeah, man. We try to keep the energy. Love you too, Kashif. Yeah, man. We try to keep the energy. Try to keep the energy going. You know. Hey, Dorothea. Appreciate you saying that. My hand got caught up in my. I was trying to do this, and I was. Appreciate you saying that. Yeah, interacting from a distance is how I do it. I can interact from a distance all day. In person, it's a little different. It's a little different. I can do it, but it's not as comfy, especially if it's someone I don't like. No, no, yeah, it's. I hung out with my boy Luke in South Carolina. That's because he saw me at the Starbucks, and he just walked up and was like, "Hey, you this?" He's like, "You him?" uh, and I can tell he had a good energy about him. We sat down, we talked probably about an hour. But that's because we just happened to cross each other's path. Joseph, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Squad, thank you. Says Colorado Mammoth is the indoor lacrosse team in Denver. They play at Ball Arena where the Nuggets play. It's a blast and tickets are cheap. Ooh, okay. Is that a women's team? I only go to women's. Well, I can't say I only go to women's sports. Some go to a Rockies game. If it's women's lacrosse, I'll go. Dudes playing lacrosse. I might still go. That sounds like a fun date. Makes me sound fancy. Hey, you want to go to a Colorado Mammoth game, lacrosse team? You been to a lacrosse game? Does that sound, no? No, doesn't sound. That wasn't no. The women I date wouldn't. The women I date don't know what lacrosse is. Okay, see, that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example of a joke that's funny. But if a woman I dated in the past was watching the stream, she's offended. I know what lacrosse is. You know what I mean? So like that's one of the things that like when people who know you are like in your life, sometimes they get offended, and it's just a joke. But I can see something like really. I know what lacrosse is. I can tell the people what you don't know about. Okay, okay, I'm taking the joke too far. But yeah, yeah. It's super chat squad. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. That's good to know. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Ed Sky said your videos get many of my mornings start off on a positive note. Yes, that's awesome, Ed. Glad we could do that for you. Tammy catching the first live stream. Hello, hello. Roxana, good to see you. Sharon said, me and my homegirl's gonna come through and break you out of introvert jail. Okay, all right. You can try. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Well, I mean, we've been known to make exceptions for the right ladies. Hey, I'm in the Denver metro area. So you got to break Cyan out of his introvert jail too. It's men's lacrosse. I don't know, Joseph. I don't know, Joseph. I don't know. I can go to a Rockies game because I grew up, baseball and books on baseball and Native Americans was all I read growing up. Like literally. Like I knew all the old baseball players and I knew all the chiefs. Tribal chiefs, I knew by name. A lot of the old baseball players, starting at Ty Cobb and going up to about the 60s. And then I knew all the baseball players in like the 90s. But yeah, I knew that's what I did. So I can go to a baseball game. But dudes playing lacrosse, I just don't know. I just don't know. That's funny, Jay. That's funny. That's funny. You're right. You're right. Dinner tonight, Dorothea? I don't know. I don't know. I had chicken for lunch. I kind of want to cook something, but I know I'm not gonna go grocery shopping. I'm gonna go for a walk when I get off the stream. So I know when I finish my walk, I'm gonna want to just drive somewhere. I might get Chinese again. They know me at the Chinese place. They call me Tom. They call me Tom. Because every time I say Tim, they say Tom. So I might just call up there and be like, Tom wants wings. Lady Cedar, I think it was in the 50s today, but it was windy. Anybody, who's spending time in Denver knows it gets windy. So it was pretty windy today. But it's been in like the 60s. It'd been 60s and lower 70s, and then today was like in the 50s, low 50s. So I'm like, oh boy, I hope that cold air ain't coming back. Joseph, yeah, I've never been to Coors Field. I want to go. I honestly might go. I might snag me some really cheap seats, like some $5 seats, some $5, $10 seats at Coors Field, and go this week maybe. I don't want to go to a night game. I want to go to a day game. So because I ain't trying to drive, but I ain't trying to be riding back on the train too late um, at night. Ruby said, "Get ready, Tim. They're gonna break you out. Hey, jailbreak, uh, jailbreak." Joseph says, "Ladies in bikinis and hot tubs at the lacrosse game. Why? That seemed a little suspicious, Joseph. I'm not gonna say you lying. If you That's just why. If that's true, that's weird. That's another reason not to go. What's going on here? Where'd the hot tub come from? Why is there a hot tub on the field? What are we, what are we doing? There's kids here. Get out that hot tub." Marsha, I mean, I'm chilling. I'm chilling in the area. There's a ton of jobs here. I could see one of these days me getting a wild hair and grabbing a job for a little bit. I don't know. But I got some travels I want to do too. So I don't know. Island fly gal. I chose Denver because I got a lot of friends here. One of my life mottos is do what you love with people you love. And I have a lot of friends up in Estes Park, which is an hour and a half away. Um, got a lot of, I got, three people like, I think all three of them. I got three really good friends in Denver, and they're all like on my life council, like those type friends. They're all here. So that's a big deal to be that close to three people who mean so much to me. I love Loveland, Longmont's cool, and I never spent a summer here. I always would come work up at the YMCA, and I'd be in this area fall and winter. I never spent a summer here. And when I was here into last year, I was like, man, I'd really like to, because I was trying to get an apartment then, didn't work out. I was like, I really like to spend a summer in Denver, and now I'm kind of glad it didn't work out because like as soon as I move in, it's spring. Um, so I get to experience spring and summer before I have to deal with winter. Because I get the feeling we're gonna be out of town a lot come winter. Come October 2022, I get the feeling we're gonna be out of town. We might even pull the passport out, some. But yeah, yeah, just it's that was the main selling point was I got some really good friends here, and within an hour and a half or so, so many other friends, and there's so much to do. I never really got to explore this area like I wanted to, so I'm like, why not? And Denver International Airport, next to Seattle, is probably the airport I fly out of the most. So yeah, the Mary Needle said you love the summers. Yeah, I'm hoping. It's already. It's spring, and I went for a walk yesterday. Was loving it. Was loving. That's why I'm going for a walk today. I'm probably go for a long. And then when I was walking yesterday, I saw like paths and trails and sidewalks. I'm like, ooh, I'm saving that for tomorrow. I'm gonna save that. Like, yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. What am I saying? Roberta said, "How was reading about Native Americans when younger, and how has reading about Native Americans when younger impacted you now?" I had the opportunity to visit Plymouth last summer and happened upon a memorial for a chief and National Day of Mourning, and decided to participate this past November virtually to learn more. Um, it definitely, I know one of the really cool things about being able to travel kind of in this part of the country and Montana, Wyoming, and things like that was I was able to, I didn't stop at any of them, but to pass through and come very close to, places like Little Bighorn and Wounded Knee and a lot of places I heard about I read about as a child. Um, and when I worked at Glacier National Park, I actually was on the Blackfoot Reservation. The St. Mary's Resort is actually on the Blackfoot Reservation. You wouldn't know that from the amount of natives that work there, maybe four, but it's actually their land. Okay, we're not gonna go there. But it's very, I don't know. It's just it made it. I don't know. It made it a lot more special to me when I came out in this part of the country and have been on reservations and got to interact with natives on a regular basis and, just see the res and like it was a lot more special to me coming up, like reading about all that stuff and just like admiring the native way of life and, just the way they looked at life. Even now, there's books and videos I like to watch about like, native wisdom and things of that nature. The older I get, like the more special it is when I get to be near these places. It's very, very moving. It's I also get very worked up when you see like the generational poverty on some of the reservations. Not all of them, but some of them, and that kind of annoys me. Like I was very worked up when I'm like, we're on the Blackfoot reservation, but we're shipping kids in from China to work here. Uh, like nobody from the res wants to work here. Like, but we, I mean, it should. I feel like it should be mandatory. Like there should be 50% of the employees should be from that tribe, if not more, mandatory. And if you can't get enough to work, raise the salary. Y'all should have to do what you have to do. But anyway, see, I'm getting on a tangent, but it's special. It is special. Earthy Lurky said, "Could you do another travel essentials video?" Um, you just like I've just kind of gotten away from stuff like that, kind of. I will admit, part sometimes I'll be too honest. I don't know, like I've kind of gotten away from that type of stuff, and I don't know, like, probably not on this channel. I could see maybe one day doing it on if I really ramp my like international travel back up, maybe doing one on my Frugal Travel Guru channel. But I don't know about on this one because it seems kind of because I would have to include affiliate links, and that seems kind of salesy. So maybe on the Frugal Travel Guru channel, which I need to rebrand that channel. I don't know if I like that name anymore. Maybe we'll get around to doing something with that channel. It's up to 14,000 subscribers now. Our Frugal Travel Guru channel just hit 14,000 subscribers, and I don't do nothing on it. Still brings it a check. That's why I love the internet. Passive income. Okay. Dorothea, I'm ready for the heat. I'm ready for the heat. And I know the heat here ain't gonna be nothing compared to Florida, where I'm from. So I'm ready for it. Bring on your little 80-degree weather, your little 80, your little 90-degree weather. Bring it, bring it. Dorothea, I've never been to a powwow because I'm an introvert. Like you know what I mean? Like I'll watch one on the TV. I mean on the internets. But yeah, I'm just I mean, because they had some when I was working at Glacier, and a lot of people went. They had some special days and stuff, and it just was too outside my comfort zone. I know I'm Mr. Break outside your comfort zone, but that was just a little too. Um, yeah, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. That's another one of those things. I think it'll. If I ever start dating again, a lot of this stuff that I say I don't do because I'm introvert, I'll probably end up doing because she'll be like, "Let's go do that," and I'm like, "Okay." And secretly, I really want to do it, but I'll be like, I don't like going in public. But low key, I was like, yes, I get to go. The whole time I'll be like, she's making me go. But I low key want to go. Just be catching the stream for the first time. Yes. So the videos are inspiration. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Thank you. SS, the new home base is good. I mean, I just moved in yesterday, but so far so good. There's a few things. There's a dog that keeps howling, been howling all day long. A few things, but yeah, yeah. Other than that, all good. Just Piece at Acadia National Parks, a seasonal job you'll love. I got a list going. Appreciate that recommendation. I got a list going of a couple of places. Guy I work with at whose opinion I respect at Olympia. I work with him at Grand Canyon. He said try Olympia. You're saying Acadia. Like I said, there's some places I want to go. I definitely haven't written seasonal work off, but I think whenever I do it in future, it's going to be I'm up front with them and say, hey, I can only do about a month. I don't think I'll ever accept a 3-month contract or anything like that. I'll be like, "Hey, here's my information. If you need me to come in at the end of the season when everybody else leaves for a month or so, I can. Or if you need me at the beginning of the season." I think from now on it's just going to be like month-long contracts. I don't think I can do 3 months, 3 4 months. But yeah, I definitely have a written season to work off. Like there's places I want to see. Hey, persona, doing a little quiet quitting. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's just, I just don't want to work no more. Uh, you know, sometimes we can. I think there are ways to get some other things going so that sometime in the future you might not have to work. Um, that's why I'm big on, you know, gig jobs and starting your own business and the internet. I know influencers get a bad name, but it's really one of the best jobs going. Content creator, influencer, one of the best jobs going. That's why I'm always talking about things like that because I'm like, those are things that you can start, and 5 years from now, 3 years from now, you won't have to work because you can make money. You can be paying the bills with that. Um, because yeah, I get it. Like most jobs, that's why I say I can work for about a month, and then I can work for about a month, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I don't even like this place. I get you. I get you. Drew said, did the Grand Canyon job sour you on work or the seasonal work for a long time? Not really. Like it's I know all seasonal places are different, and there's thousands of seasonal jobs and positions. So like it didn't really sour me. I just realized that like that wasn't the place for me. You know what I mean? Like it just that wasn't the place for me. But I did appreciate that was the first time I'd been like a housekeeper in a long time for any length of time. So I was proud that like I could still at 42 get in them rooms and hang with the big boys. So like that was cool. So that actually kind of opened me up. It was like, okay, I can still do this, you know. But no, it didn't really sour me. I just know that like that wasn't the spot for me, Just but I know there's other seasonal jobs I could go to that they don't work long hours. They don't have to clean that many rooms. Like it might be a better vibe. Definitely, I know there's better vibes. So it's just a matter of it was a good experience. Glad I did it, and it's on to the next one. Just be, thank you, Super Chat Squad. Super Chat Squad, just be. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support of financial nature. Definitely helps to keep the motivation to do the streams. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Abdullah said, "What if you have kids?" I'm gonna need I need more to that question, Abdullah. Like, what are we referencing? Because I want to answer, but like, what are we referencing? Ed Sky said, "The problem I have with quiet quitting is if other coworkers are going to have to pick up the slack. If someone despises their job that much, they need to just move on." And I kind of mentioned that in the video. Like that was kind of the thing. I'm like, is it good or bad? You're it's one of the things you're leaving. But here's the thing. My definition of quiet quitting was doing the bare minimum. So they're doing their job. And I think this is what a lot of people miss because I read a lot of the comments. People are doing their job. They're just not doing any extra. So people are doing the job they're paid for. They're just not doing any extra. So if someone's left picking up the slack, that's on the company. That's not on me, right? If you pay me to do X amount of work and I do X amount of work, if there's more work, the company needs to get somebody else to do it. It ain't on me. Now, if I come to work and I don't even do my job, that's different. That's different. But if I come to work and I do my job, but like right to the letter, if there's extra work, that's on the company to find somebody to do it. Now, if other employees are go getters and they're willing to pick some of that up for no extra pay or no appreciation, that's on them too. But like if I come to work and I do what y'all pay me to do, no one can be mad at me that there's more work. I didn't make the work. I did my work. And you could also argue if I move on, that's going to be more work for them too. Like me moving on doesn't solve the problem of them having more work. If there's 10 of us and we're already overworked and I leave and there's 9, they're all still gonna be overworked unless they find someone to take my job who's overachiever. I guess you could argue that. But you can't be mad at someone who's like, "I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do my job to the letter, and that's it." Just because you're willing to work longer and more and like, you know what I mean? T. Ramos, I'm in the Denver metro area. Angela, some areas it's easy to get another job, some areas it's not. You know what I mean? I can only speak on places I've been, but like some areas it's easy to get another job, some areas it's not. I do think that's why some people quiet quit because they're in places where it's like there aren't any other jobs that are going to pay me this, the benefits, whatever. So I'm just going to stay here. But I would say, yeah, if you're somewhere and there's jobs aplenty, just go get you one of them other jobs. Just go get another job. But I get it if you're somewhere there's not jobs like that. Yoga Bliss Dance, good to see you. Tony, I don't think I want to live in Slab City. I never heard of Salton Sea, but nah, those anytime I see a video on Slab City, it did not look like any place I'm trying to be. There ain't no Walmart. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, it's just not. Nah, I don't need to be that far removed from society. Nah, yeah, nah. I just never. It just always looked kind of, yeah, just not my cup of tea. No, Rita, you ain't watch Nita. You ain't watched the Quiet Quit video. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's doing pretty good. Rainbird, living out of your car. Yes. Yes, save money to build your campground. Nice, nice. Pursue your dreams. Let's go. Let's go. Blessed that could be an inspiration. Thank you for saying that. That is awesome, Rainbird. That is awesome. Go for it. Go for it. Do it. Yes. Yeah, I love it. I love that. I love that. I love that. People like with goals and dreams, taking drastic steps to achieve them. Yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good luck. James, I stopped doing Insta. Why did I stop? I think I started back working. Um, I think it just kind of got a little bored with it. I'm bad about. I like to do things to figure it out. Like I like proof of concept. I like to do research. I like to figure stuff out. Um, so like once I'd figured Instacart out and made enough videos on it, it kind of was like, yeah, like I would do it every now and then. But I just kind of was, yeah, it wasn't as thrilling anymore. I feel like I probably would do it now, but I'm trying to get my car at rest. But I did like the fact that I liked Instacart because say it was like a random Tuesday and I didn't have anything to do and I was like off work or something, I could just go do a couple batches and make $30. Or, you know what I mean? Like just I like the fact that it's there as long as you stay in good standing. Whenever you want to, you can just use it and make a few dollars. I like that. I like that about it. Tony, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad coming through with the superhero pair. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Super Chat Squad. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I get wrapped up in the stickers. Tony Walton, appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you. Cellular data. I would have to say it's a place to live. It's a place to live. It ain't nothing special at all, but it's a place to live. Yeah, Roberta. Sometimes you got to help the company to. I'm big on this. Like you got to know your worth, and that includes knowing what your time is worth. That includes so many things, and like you can't. I've been at so many jobs where people just got like walked over, and I'm just like, I've had jobs where people told me like, hey, I appreciate you standing up for whatever whatever you stood up for, whatever I was standing up for in that instance, because it happens a lot. I'm always the mister not doing that. Now, like I work hard, but like I'm not saying I quiet quit, but some things I'm not gonna do. Some things I'm gonna do, and if they keep pushing, I'll just leave. And I've had people say, "Hey, I appreciate you taking that stand. I wish I could do that, but I haven't got up the nerve." And I will admit, it's easier for me because like I don't have no kids, no responsibilities. But I see people just taking all kinds. They just be heaping work on people. And people's like, I'm already stressed, and I'm just like, hey, well, if nobody stands up, they're just gonna think that's what you do. I mean, let's be honest. All of us are like that on some level. All of us have been in a relationship or something where we were the heaper, right? And we might have done it unknowingly. A lot of times, sometimes you do it unknowingly. It's just like if someone's gonna take, you just keep, you know, someone puts up with it, you just keep doing it. And then one day they snap on you, like, you got one more time. You're like, wait a second, what's I doing? We've all done that. We've all, or at least I have. So sometimes I think some companies just don't care, but sometimes I think, say you're a boss, you're a manager, all this work is coming down. I gotta give it to somebody. Okay, I gave it to Tim. He took care of it. Okay, next time here's some more work. Maybe Tim can take care of it, and it just keeps going. And if no one ever stops, it's like, bro, that's too much. They're just gonna keep heaping it. The reward for hard work is more hard work. I've heard bosses tell me that. I said, actually, the reward is I'm getting in my car and going home, and I'm not coming back because the reward for too much work is you get to hire someone else. But yeah, sometimes somebody's gotta stand up or they're just gonna keep doing it. Hey, Rainbird, Rainbow, Rainbird Smith. Wow. Wow. That's love. Super chat squad, super chat train. Rainbird Smith, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That's love. That is love. That is love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your very generous super chat. Thank you. Best of luck to you with the campground. Let's go. Hashtag abundance. Hashtag abundance. Thank you so much, Rainbird. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, Abdullah says I'm 20 and I want to have a family, but I want to travel. Save up for a business to support a family. How can I travel and still have 100,000 by 30? Abdullah, I have no clue. I have no. That's a realm I'm not even. I don't know how you can have six figures by 30. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I will say though, sometimes you got to have sacrifices. Like you sometimes you got to pick which one you want more. Do I want to do some traveling in my 20s, and then when I hit 30, start doing the family thing? Or do I just want to work now and save for the family thing? You know what I mean? Sometimes, a lot of times in life, we can't have it all, or we can't have it all at the same time. You know what I mean? So like sometimes there's gonna be sacrifices. Um, and no, I've not been to Maine, but I might go this summer. Hey, we got another one coming through. Super chat train going choo choo. Randall Cherry, thank you, thank you, thank you. Says, hey Tim, catching up on many videos. Agree with many of your philosophical stances. Nice, nice. You said many. That doesn't mean all. Which ones don't you agree with? I'm messing with you. I'll tell you guys with you, Cherry. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Super chat train. I appreciate the love of financial nature. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Glad you're enjoying the videos. I always love when someone's like binging videos. The algorithm loves that. The algorithm loves when you binge. The, the algorithm loves when you binge. By the way, YouTube was down earlier, down on certain aspects. I got kind of nervous, but I was able to move some things around and get this stream going. But YouTube was kind of down. I was a little scared. A little scared. But thank you all, thank you. Where's that? Okay. What is? Hold on. If I need to get 10K fast, what my game plan be, Renee? I I got some friends, a friend definitely, and maybe there's some people that if it was a very legitimate situation and they had it, would give it to me. So like if I had to have 10K, it's like life or death. I know there's at least one person I could call, and if he had it, he'd give it to me. Like, and he probably would have it. So yeah, it's good to have friends with money. Earthy Lurky said, Tim, I'm not completely out of the rat race, but I'm taking the rat race less seriously since I discovered your channel. Yes, that's how it starts. That's how it starts. Before you know it, you're completely out of it. Before you know it, you're looking back at it. That's how it starts. Dorothea, so Coolworks is just the listing website for seasonal jobs, and I think there are a few part-time positions. But you gotta think about it this way, if I'm a seasonal employer and I'm most likely gonna have to bring an employee from out of state or even out the country and feed them in a lot of cases and house them, I'm gonna want them to work full time. So that's why there's not a ton of part-time positions because it's like it's a lot of work you go through to get an employee to come to, Acadia National Park, and then you're gonna want them there full time, you know? But I think there are a few. Hey, TJ, listed your homes conditionally sold. Congratulations. Getting out of the mortgage and killing bills. Hey, glad we can help. Glad we can help. That's awesome. That's all. Good uplifting stream today. Okay. Hey, SS, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super chat squad, super chat train. SS, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So keep it. Mm, that's the. Oh, he's doing the lift and the leg. That's impressive. I didn't realize that he was lifting the legs and doing the. What are these called? Why can't I think of what these are called? Curls? I don't know. That's it. Anyway. Thank you, thank you, thank you, SS. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Tony said, "What's the base minimum you can live on any given year?" I'm not sure, Tony, because I don't like add up my bills year long. Like I don't budget like a lot of people write it all down and they know exactly. I don't do that, so I have no clue. My bills just went up drastically now that I got an apartment. It would have been a lot less last year, but yeah, I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. I never tallied up like that. Nikki, I don't think they'll ever stop monetizing channels. Um, I don't know. I know sometimes they push the limits. So what I think they would do is they'll just push the requirements back for you to get monetized because they're going to always want channels monetized to keep creators making content because that's how they make money. But if the number of advertisers starts to go down, they'll just put now it's like 1,000 subscribers is the minimum, 4,000 watch hours. They'll just push it back, and it'll be like 2,000 subscribers. They'll just keep setting the bar back for you to get monetized, and they'll just keep knock off the amount of new channels. But they want channels at a certain level to always be monetized. I think. I hope. Bicep curls and leg lifts, yes. With them dumbbells, yes. Breaking a sweat too. You see all that sweat? That floor is probably. See, he should not be sweating like that doing them leg ups and leg lifts. That's not safe. Oh, you see all that sweat? Nah, that's not safe. He's gonna slip. Give him about 5 seconds. He's gonna slip. All right, we ain't got time. Abdullah, I've never done any contract work like painting, plumbing, and electrical. Well, I've been like I've it's crazy. I've done some of that, when I was normal life. Electrical is actually fun. Plumbing, I don't really like. Painting, oh, I'll paint, but ugh. So I've done some of that before, but I've never done it like on the road. Law said, any tips for getting clients for a lawn care business? Just brought some materials last weekend, designed some flyers. I'm gonna be honest with you, Lost. I say do the flyers, of course. Since you already bought the stuff. I think online is the move now. Like for real, I think online is the move. Like everybody's on their phone 24/7. Um, People will be on their phone walking past your flyer and not paying no attention, right? So I think online is the way. You can even start free, Craigslist, advertise, just mention it on Facebook, like. But I think online is the way to go, and that you could branch into paid advertising online. But like the average person, if they need a lawn care person, Google's it. I think flyers can still work, but I think online is, you can do a Insta just Instacart, excuse me, Instagram. you know, posts and reels on IG. TikTok would be a good one. People, this will sound crazy to a lot of people. TikTok would be a good one. Just do daily TikToks about your lawn care business. Hey, it's Bob. I'm out here mowing these yards. I got the best rates in town. If you're in Tucson, hit me up. And then you flash the number. That's the move. Like that's the game these days. Is the internet. That'd be my recommendation. Nikki, yeah, just do it. Just do it. Just go for it. Just start the channel. Yeah, just start the channel. All the stuff you're worried about will work itself out as you progress with the channel. But none of it's gonna work itself out if you don't start the channel. There's a million things to worry about, but like it'll all work itself out once you start the channel. Oh, see, Rick's Gypsy starting the channel next month. Nice, nice. Officially retired. Officially retired. That's awesome. That's awesome. And props to you for fighting through the strokes and the brain tumor. Props to you for being tough. Yeah. That's awesome. Let us know when the channel's going. Please do. Rochelle, I'm good. I'm good. And thank you for the congratulations. Thank you. The Black Messiah said, "Have you ever had to deal with family disappointment in you due to their misunderstanding of your lifestyle?" Not really. The only issue me and my family kind of have a disagreement on is like religion. But aside from that, like my parents never pushed social status. They never pushed, money. They always taught me to like think for yourself, do what you want to do. They always push like happiness, doing the right thing. Yeah, they really what I do for a living and like they really yeah, the fact that I'm not married, don't have kids, like they don't no, I don't think me and my dad have ever had a like we had a conversation about that because I asked him one day. I said when because my dad has been in corporate America, always had good jobs, he's educated man, did very well for himself and his family. I'm like the total opposite. so, so I'm like when you're sitting around with your friends or at work, because obviously the people he's going to interact with are like him, you know, certain education level, certain financial success level. I'm like, when you're sitting around with those people and they bring their kids up, does it bother you that like your son's mowing grass? And he was like, no. He was like, as long as you're a good person, that's all I care about. You're a good person, good heart, whatever. He's like, that's all I care about. And I know he genuinely meant that. You know what I mean? So that meant a lot. Like I've told the story many times because that was like a game changing moment to me. Because I knew, they never talk about that stuff, don't really care. But to hear him say like, don't worry about how it sounds when I'm talking with my friends, Tim. You're good. You're a good person. That's all I care. Was big for me. And I feel for people feeling how big that was for me allows me to feel empathy for people who never get that. Because here I am, a 42-year-old grown man. I was probably in my 30s when I asked that, and it meant the world to me. And I'm grown. Even now, it means the world to me. So I know how much like your parents' approval can mean, even when you're grown. So I can understand how like it sucks to be on the other end of that and be a good person and really just want to like, just live your life. Mom, dad, I just want to live my life. Like I'm not out murdering people. I'm not, doing nothing crazy. I just have this ideal, like I want to, start a goat farm. You know what I mean? I just want to do this thing over here. I want to leave the rat race. I just want to do this thing over here. And then or when you're starting out and you're in your 20s, you're like, hey, I just don't want to do this. I just want to go and to have like your family to understand it. I understand how hard that can be. I didn't go through it, but like I can imagine, excuse me, how hard that could be. And I feel for people and I take my hat off to people who are, dealing with family, being disappointed in them and saying all kind of crazy stuff just because they want to live their life. I'm not trying to go and be a serial killer. I just want to, work for myself. I just want to be happy. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's one of the blessings that I really appreciate. Very grateful for in my life. Is that yeah, my family they never cared. When I was like, I'm not going to college, they was like, all right. My dad was like, when you move out, Can't move back in. Well, she actually let me move back in one time. But yeah, my parents never. They don't care. They don't care. They nah. Some guy made a video calling me a fraud. Ooh, where's the link? Where's the link? I gotta find that. I'm gonna have to Google. I'm gonna have to search for myself on YouTube. But honestly, all that does is like send more people my way. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not a fraud. So like, and honestly, unless you know me personally, I mean, you can get a feeling, but like the only one, someone who could really say in terms of fraud would be like someone who knew me personally and had like evidence. Look at this. Tim ain't even his real name, or something crazy. But like, I don't know. I do want to watch it though. Gus, I don't know what my next adventure is. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We got some ideas. I want to go to a Phoenix Mercury game. That's big. Just us handbricks. So your channel has totally changed my perspective on life. Seriously. Hey, that's amazing. Hey, blessed, blessed, blessed. My little channel could do that. That's serious. Hopefully it's changed it for the better. No, 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 no. In all seriousness, that means a lot to me. Thank you for saying that. And I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, I think sometimes people try to push you to live a certain way to justify them doing it. I think sometimes when people, especially if they're at a place where like they have some regrets subconsciously, maybe they don't even consciously know they're doing it. I think sometimes people will push you in a lifestyle to justify because that's what they did. And so then it's like, okay, it makes sense. I did it, my kids did it, grandkids, this is what we do. Whereas like if you just go off and do your thing and you're happy, and then it's like, well, why didn't I do that? So I think sometimes that's part of it. I think too sometimes your parents, we're speaking parents in this situation, but it happens in other people in your life do it as well. But I think a lot of times your parents just genuinely wants what's best for you, and they think that's what it is. They grew up in a world where that's what they were taught was the best for them. You know, the good thing is, the good thing is we're now living in a time period where a lot of the standard, this is what you should do, a 5-year-old could see it don't work. There was a time period when a lot of the this is what you should do kind of worked. You know, it kind of worked. Now, it still shouldn't have been this is what you should do, but it was more, if someone was like, hey, this might be the best path to success. There was a time when college was inexpensive. And if you went, you probably got a decent job. So, parents were like, hey, this is probably the path for the most success. Success. That ain't true no more. So, and it's obvious. It is a parent. You see what I did there? It's a parent. It's obvious now. So now you got a little more ammunition to clap back. Because when people are like, this is how you should do it. Well, look at this person, this person, this person. They did it. Where they at now? Let me just do me. But I think sometimes people genuinely have your your well-being. They're really worried about you, and they're genuinely concerned about you, and they have their well-being at heart. But they're just kind of living in the past, and they haven't opened up to the fact that like in today's society, a lot of that stuff that 20, 30, 40 years ago worked ain't working. It just ain't working. It ain't working. So why I'm definitely not gonna do it. Yeah, Ruby, you see a howling dog, throw him a bone. Seriously. I think the dog is kind of quieted down. Maybe it's 5 o'clock. Maybe his owner came home. Jake, my new home base is in the Denver metro area. M. Taylor, how you doing? Life's treating me good, man. I'm blessed. Cannot complain. Blessed. Abdullah said, being an Arab man, I feel afraid I might end up in a bad situation because of the way I look. Have you been in a situation like this while traveling? I can honestly say, Abdullah, no. Um, and I hate the fact that we see the world that way. And it's programming, it's the television, it's the movies, it's the news mainly. But I can honestly say that I haven't had any issues like that. You know what I mean? Like it just, and I remember when I first was going to Montana, I Googled my hotel, I did the street view, I did Google Maps, I did Street View, and I walked through, you can go on Street View and go around the area, like virtually. I went around the whole area. I said, I ain't never been to Montana. I said, I don't know what they on up there. I'm gonna go around this whole area. And if I see anything that looks racial or crazy, I ain't going. I said, let me see one thing that looks crazy. I'm staying home. And I didn't see nothing. And I've been up there many, many times now for years, and it's been okay. Honestly, back home there was way more. That's what's funny. I could have just drove down the road back home and seen all kinds of racial stuff. I'm looking for one thing in Montana. I'm nervous. I can honestly say, Abdullah, traveling all throughout America, I still got to go to the Northeast, but a lot of places in America um, haven't had any issues. Like I said, there was one time I went to a place I felt uncomfortable. I left, but no one said anything. No one did anything. I could just tell the vibe was not really for me. Could I have stayed and probably been okay? Yeah, but I was just like, I'm not doing it. I ain't trying to deal with it. But have not had those issues. Have not had those issues. And the more you do it, the more you realize, okay, it ain't like this. Okay, this country is not what the news media made it to seem. Like I'm always running into people. Like I have to check myself because I'm constantly like walking past or going through a door with someone who, in my mind, I'm like, oh, this person ain't gonna like me, right? I see somebody pull up in a jack up pickup truck, wranglered out, or whatever. Maybe they got kind of an expression on their face. I'm like, here we go. Even to this day, this will happen. I'm like, here we go. We get to the door at the same time, and the guy will stop, open the door, and be like, go right in, man. Nicest person in the world. This still happens to me. And I'm like, Tim, there you go. You're being the crazy one in this situation. You're allowing preconceived, views of certain people look like this or going to act like this, and it happens all the time. It doesn't happen much because I'm better now at just accepting people as people. But every now and then there'll be something I'm like, oh no, I feel like dealing with this, and it'll be the nicest person in the world. So like, and the more you do it, the more you see that. But I understand your concern, but hey, don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. Because you don't want them regrets. You don't want them regrets. Because here's the thing too. Say you get in a bad situation. These days, the worst situation you probably won't get in is somebody say something. Blah, 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 blah. People really ain't doing nothing. But like bad situations happen to us for whatever reason all the time. We get through them. You know what I mean? You go through stuff like that at work sometimes. You still go to work or you still do whatever. So it's just like if travel is something you really want to do, even if you did one day run into a situation, you would just deal with it, move on. And that's what I tell myself sometimes when, in the middle of nowhere, some back, some some back country road, and I gotta pull over and get gas. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey Tim, if something happens, we just got to get through it. If somebody in this little small, jiffy store don't like you, if the cops in this area or whatever, you just have to deal with it and get through it. So I feel like I went on a long time with that answer. Um, but I hope it's helpful. Oh, I popped up anesthesia the great. Amnesia, excuse me. Wow. Anesthesia? Amnesia the great. Yes, popped up in your girlfriend's feed. Hey, no, I'm joking. She been watching me. I'm just don't let her fool you. She been watching me. I just mess with you, bro. I totally mess with you. Totally mess with you. It's all love. I'm everywhere, man. The algorithm's been showing me love. Honestly, I probably showed up in her feed because you watch. The algorithm will do that. The algorithm will do that because you probably said something about me to her. Obviously, she knew the two suitcase Timmy. And it probably was like, oh, let's see if she wants to watch. The algorithm does that. It will show you if two people talk about something, be it a product, creator, whatever, it will make that other whatever that is show up to the other person. Yeah, that was a good one. Don't be mad at me. Like this, Rick says, I suggest today's youth run like hell. Do not fall for the status quo. Be free and do what makes you happy. Say no to others' expectations. Love that. And that's a man with experience, personal experience. I got to stop assuming people are a certain gender by their names. Gender's disappearing anyway, so I'm happy for that. Anyway, yeah, like once I learned that, like I get to determine the metrics that matter to me. That was like mind blowing concept. I'm like, wait, you live your whole life just the metrics that should matter are given you from birth. Everyone's telling you, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. So like you're just pre-programmed by the time you become an adult, teenager, adult, to like believe that certain metrics matter. Why wouldn't they? Everybody in my life told me it does. Everybody I've ever interacted with, except for the people that everyone else told me crazy. Everybody I interacted with that everyone else said was sane told me that these things matter. So of course I'm going to believe they matter. But then one day I realized I'm like, wait, no, I can decide what matters to me in this life. Because it's not like when I die, like I go somewhere and my aunts and uncles and guidance counselors and teachers are going to judge me. You didn't do we, you know what I mean? They all die too. All these people that are telling me how to live my life have the same eventuality as me. So I get to decide the metrics that matter to me. Does career matter to me? Nope. Does happiness? Yes. And no one can argue with me about it. We can have a discussion. I can tell you why it matters to me, but like no one can argue with me about it. Just like I can't tell anyone else. If someone's like, "Hey, I'm all about consuming as much as possible while I'm on this planet. I want to be a hoarder. I want to consume, consume, consume. I want to get as much debt as possible and have as many toys as possible just to show up in front of everybody." Cool, respect. I can tell you why I don't want to do that, and you can tell me why you don't want to be minimal. You know what I mean? But like, no one can tell any other person what should matter in their life. And once you realize that, and you start unlearning a lot of this stuff that you thought was important, but you realize, oh no, I just thought that was important because they told me it was important. Then you start to like, life gets good. Life gets good. I'm pretty sure where I'm at is not rent controlled rice and beans. I don't know if they do rent control around here. Yeah, just stuff. I agree. Stuff happens everywhere. Like me, I had more of that type of stuff happen back home than I ever have on the road, and you just dealt with it back home. That's what you'll do on the road. Nita, that's another reason I like to make videos on a bunch of different topics because like someone can find you for something and then like like, oh, I came for the child free, but there's other stuff decent too. That's why I like kind of doing different topics. Um, because then it gives the algorithm more, you know, if you come even close to one of the topics I'm talking about, the algorithm is boop, show 'em. So yeah, yeah. Tony, I really don't follow any other minimalist. I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't watch minimalist content. I did back when I was like first discovered minimalism, but back then there wasn't. This was 2010. You know. Oh no, 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 I'm wrong. I'm wrong. This was 2013, 2014. Um, Back then there wasn't a ton of minimalist content. Like there wasn't a lot of videos about minimalism. There was some. There weren't a lot. Now there's a lot, which is great. But back then it was more like this is what like I discovered minimalism watching tiny house videos, which back then it wasn't a thing either. It was just getting started. But I noticed all the people who were like, yeah, in order for me to live in this tiny house, I had to become a minimalist and I downsized. And they just kept saying it. And I'm like, what is this minimalism thing? So I searched for it and there was a few. But even then we're like, yeah, I'm a minimalist because wasn't it like Scott Greenwood? It's just like people who like travel. Everyone was doing something and minimalism helped them do it. Now, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm saying like now you have a lot of people who like the whole channel is minimalism. Um, and for me, like I'm already doing it. So it's like I don't really need the motivation to continue to be a minimalist. So a lot of the minimalist channels just kind of I just doesn't. I'll watch one every now and then. But it's just like I've been a minimalist so long now. It's just kind of like what is I just don't I don't know. I just see a lot of pretty minimalism. Okay, this is not negative. This is not negative, but I gotta speak my truth. I just see a lot of pretty minimalism now, right? And these empty, beautiful spaces, and there's a plant, there's a nice stylish bookcase, someone sitting down in an all white room, immaculately dressed, speaking about minimalism. See a lot of that, and I'm just like, that ain't me. That ain't, I'll be in a room like this with a pillow with no pillowcase behind me and a cheap Walmart chair. You mean I don't know? We all consume different content that appeals to us. So yeah, I don't consume a lot of minimalism content. When they start making just regular minimalism videos, it's like, hey, I ain't got much, but I'm happy. Then I watch. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. So Shauna, thank you. So Shauna, I appreciate that. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate that. So I would love to see you going around Africa. Africa's on the list. Super Chat Squad, appreciate the love. Africa's on the list. I was talking to an Uber driver about Ghana. We exchange information. I follow him on the gram. I told him, I said, give me a minute, but Africa is definitely on the list. If I get to get back, the universe allows me to get back into my world traveling bag and I actually get to go some places, I got to go to Africa because it's an amazing continent and don't nobody know a lot about it. Like we don't get taught a lot about it. I want to go to Africa just to learn about it. And it's a flex because I can be like, yeah, I've been to Africa. Okay. But yeah, I definitely want to go to Africa. Ghana, Zimbabwe. Shout out to my boy Lovejoy. Um, he's from Zimbabwe. I think he's back over there. But yeah, I definitely want to go to Africa. But there's some places I want to go first. But yeah. You been? No, it's not a competition. Hey, Journey, just sold your vehicle. Nice. Feeling free. Nice. I'm telling you that feeling of freedom and weightlessness. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Hashtag abundance. And I'm glad the channel could be a catalyst in helping you do that. I'm loving the updates, by the way. Keep the updates coming. I know you're gonna get, on your path and you're gonna be busy, you're gonna be working. We're not gonna get as many updates. But whenever you get a chance, come back and let us know how you're doing. Please. Joseph came for the came for the positivity, stayed for the comic book knowledge. You know what's crazy? When I was doing comic book videos, and then I started doing on my other channel, I started doing more of this type of content just because like it wasn't even like I planned it. It just was coming up out of me. A lot of people who followed solely for the comic books watched those too. It was crazy. Like I mean, like literally, all I would do is like comic book hauls. I'm gonna show you. I'm giving you an example because I went to the comic book store the other day, got some dollar books, and they've been sitting in my car, and I actually forgot about them. And they were under. I was like, oh, I got comic books. So this is what on my old channel. This is what my channel consisted of. Actually, I'm lying because I never showed my face, but I would just sometimes I would. Okay, so this I do this. What is this? Multiverse number one. Probably about a near mint copy. Read this one. It's a decent read. Here's number two. I haven't read this one, but loving the cover. Oh, this is taking me back. This is taking me back. This is taking me back, bro. I haven't read this one, but liking the cover. This one, I don't know. I'm not sure what that one. Ooh, I like this one. I like this one. What is this? Number four. Ooh, drink that in. I'd say that a lot. I used to say that a lot. Drink that in. Ooh, 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 loving it. Loving it. Kind of give me like Two-Face vibes, right? Right? Two-Face vibes from Batman. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would just go through and like show all my comic books. So like I went from that to like talking about this type stuff, and people stuck around. Like this was like, and I was still doing the comic books, but like people would, some people, because it was a kind of tight community. The YouTube comic book community was kind of tight, because there was only so many of us doing it back then. And so people would comment pretty regular. And so I would see the people that like came for the Batman books would be commenting on the minimalism videos. Oh, Tim, that's awesome. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's crazy. And an old guy gave me, old, wise man gave me advice. He was like, at the end of the day, people come for you. No, he's like, they come, no, he said they come for whatever the first topic was. They stay for you. So he's like, don't, because I was kind of worried about branching out. And he was like, don't worry about branching out because people stay for you. So it don't matter what you talk about. If someone likes you, they're gonna stay. And like the same true with content creators I really like. Like they may start talking about something and they talk about something totally different. I'm still, you know. Speaking of which, Pink Sparkles is back. She did a video the other day. Her channel hit a little lull, but she did a video the other day where she wore a wedding dress for 24 hours. I was like, Pink Sparkles is back. We here. That's my girl. Let's go. Okay, okay, okay. All right. I feel like I'm way off topic. Bozeman on Monday. Let's go, Journey. Raz, I'm in the Denver metro area. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a little bit. Thaddeus Forrest. Is that your real name? I'm just messing. I'm just messing. We got a long name. M. Taylor. No, I haven't heard of JT the Bigger Figure. He's in Africa now? Okay, okay. James is here for the comic book nerdiness. Yeah, I had to stop myself because I had some more books and I was gonna keep going. That took me back. When I started doing that with the books, it took me back. Man. Yeah, man. That's all you can do. I sit and watch people's books. I see one that they watch other people doing it during their hauls. I see a book I like, I go on eBay and buy it. Um, and then I would, talk about it. Yeah, these are all little dollar books. These ain't nothing. This one I love first appearances of like female characters no one's ever heard of. Miss Mystic number one. Come on, this is you can't. Come on. Paying $1 for this book was probably paying 10 times too much. But come on, like you can't. Who has this book? Who has this book? I think that might be my something I do a little bit is pick up some first appearances of like some obscure unknown female superheroes. Yeah, like who has? Come on, let's see what some art inside is like. Let's see if we can get a good Miss Mystic center page. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. Look at that. Is that like a unicycle? Okay. All right. Let's get back to the video. Hey, uh, Todd Dunlap. Todd Dunlap. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Says best wishes. Thank you. Accepting those wishes, sending them back to you. Best wishes to you as well. Thank you so much, Todd. Hope you're doing well. The last book I read, Tony, I actually ordered a book yesterday because I want to make sure, I got to see how the mail works here. So I ordered a book yesterday just because I want to see like how I get my packages. But I can't remember when I last read a book. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. But I'll let y'all know when the new book gets here. John Doe, I do not have any pets. Don't plan on getting any. She's strange and I like it. Sorry to hear about your mom. Sorry to hear about your mom. Prayers to you and your family going through that. That has to be hard. Has to be hard dealing with someone having dementia. Um, but yeah, I think it, like you said, it reminds you like live your best life doing what you love. Like it's none of this is promised to us. And even life is not promised that you know what I mean? Even if we live long, it's not promised that we'll fully be alive or be able to do the thing. You know, a lot of like for instance, like hiking. I'm always like, Tim, get out here and hike because you never know. You might be alive, but you not be able to hike. You know what I mean? Like just stuff like that. Like you never know, even while you're still living this existence, if you're going to be able to live it at the same level. So yeah, it's horrible situations sometimes can the small silver lining can be that it might motivate us a little more. Like, you know what? And it's always I found that when I've seen people who maybe couldn't do as much in life or were going through something in their older in their later years. It's good when they are looking back on their life or you're looking back on it for them and can see that they lived their best life. You know, if you're an older person, or maybe not even older person, but if someone's going through something and they're not able to do what they used to do, to hear them be like, "Yeah, but I lived," or you look back, maybe a photo album or something, like, "Dang, grandma was getting it in." Grandma was, she it's encouraging. So I'm like, I want to live a life not only for me when I'm looking back on my life, but say something happens to me, I want people to be able to like, hey, but Tim lived it to the fullest while he could. You know what I mean? Like I want that. I don't, you know what I mean? I want people to be saddled with my regrets. I want people to be like, oh yeah, that kind of sucks. Tim got hit by that bus. But like, hey, before that he was outside. You know what I mean? So, but once again, prayers to you and your mom and your family. Raz, yes, I got an apartment. Yes. Ashley checking in from Savannah, Georgia. Thank you, thank you. Anthony, I play no musical instruments. Yeah, I just yeah, I listen to music. That's about as interested as I am in that. Keith, yeah, Colorado's my home base now too. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm glad my videos could be of help. She's strange. Oh, you told the siblings to watch? Okay, okay. Tell them to let the ads play. I'm joking. I'm totally see. I can't be too serious. I always have to tell a joke, but I appreciate you saying that. Have I ever read the original Conan novels by Robert E. Howard? Bob Howard? No, I think so. I don't think so. No. Wonderful imagery. Okay, okay. Tim Connick, love the name. Said hi, Tim. Me and my hubby watched your video on detaching from the job mentally. First, we loved it. Yes, yes, yes. Glad you liked it. Glad you liked it. That video's doing well. That video's doing well. I'm surprised. Actually, I thought that one would do decent, but it's doing better than I would have thought. Yeah, Nikki, I'm curious to see what vibe I go for. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see. It probably won't be nothing too crazy. I do want to get some artwork for the wall. Like I've never had anything on my walls anywhere I ever lived, so I do want to get some artwork for the walls. Like, Raz, I ain't been in Arizona in a month. No, I'm in Colorado. MJ listening from Burbank, the Big B. They don't call Burbank the Big B. They do not. They don't. Yeah, yeah, Raz, I'm in Colorado. I left Arizona end of February, maybe. I don't even know what month it is. End of February, maybe. I don't even know what month it is. Beginning of March. Beginning of March. Lee, I'm gonna put some pictures on the wall. Let her brother get moved in. I'm gonna put some pictures on the wall. You worried about the walls down there in Yellowstone. I'm just, I'm messing with you, Colin. I'm messing with you, Lee. Love you, man. Keith, I'm in the Denver metro area. You're on Boulder? Okay. I like Boulder. I ain't been out there in a minute. I like Boulder. Thank you, Ras. Thank you. It feels good. It feels good. Joseph, yeah, I've had tapestries in the past. If I could get, because I want to use some of my friends' artwork. Because I got a lot of creative friends, a lot of artistic friends that I want to start using some of their artwork. If I can get some in tapestry form, I definitely would put it up. Who's trying to send me money, ladies freedom? Mm, mm. Did I miss something? Perrine's back. You ain't the Weekmans? You ain't the Weekmans? Is it Weekmans? I always forget. I always forget that place. Lee, I've been super broke. Yes, I have been super broke. Yes, yes. I have been Totino's Pizza broke. Yes. We've been Totino's Pizza broke. I've been scoop of ice cream before I go to bed broke. I mean, peanut butter. Scoop of peanut butter for dinner before I go to bed broke. Actually, that time it was a combination of being broke and the neighborhood I was living in. I did not want to walk to the store, but I have been super broke. Yeah, yeah. Now when I was I was super broke. I was still buying beer, so I guess I wasn't too broke. But yeah, like I was still buying beer, but I had to like push the rent back. Broke. Hey, RC Hobbies UK. Science Tim, keep up the great work. Always listen to your videos, live streams, especially on night shift. Nice, nice. We here. We here. Definitely gonna keep up the good work. Glad the videos can help get you through that night shift over there in the UK. Oh, for me, you're off work all day. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Got that day off. Yo, yeah, I've been ramen, bro. I've been ramen. Yeah, Totino's pizzas and ramen. My roommate at the time was like, "How do you eat that stuff?" He's like, "I don't see how you do it." I was like, "I don't do it for the taste. I do it out of necessity, sir. I do it out of necessity." Soon after that, his parents gave me $500. I had gotten a car accident soon after that, and I came home one day and there was an envelope slid under my door, there was a note. It was like, "Please don't be offended, but my parents heard about what you've been going through. They want to help out, and they gave me $500." No one had ever given me $500, and I didn't even notice. We was just rooming, like we met on Craigslist. We met on Craigslist. You know, they had a room. It was like two college guys. And I was like 30 something at the time. And I just moved in the room they had. And we were all renting a room from the landlord. And shout out to my boy Peter. I'll say his name. He was a cool guy. Um, but like we didn't ever, we just talked in the kitchen when I was warming up my pizzas. His family slid me $500 under the door. I was like, wow, wow. Then they took us out to dinner about a month later, and I got drunk and embarrassed myself. See how that alcohol will ruin even the best story? Now I can't just remember for the rest of my life. I can't be like, those are nice people. They gave me money. Now it's like, oh yeah, and then you showed your ass at dinner. See, it's the alcohol, man. Okay, moving on. Where were we? Alden, you said you were staying at a place for a long time to invest in yourself. It's been 3 months. I feel like I don't like the place. Move on. Move on. Like we don't have to stay true to our plans if it's not working. A lot of times that's what will happen in life. We'll say, "Oh, I want to do this," because the you back then thought it was a good idea. Then you start doing it, go somewhere. I'm gonna be here a year. Go there 3 months in, you don't like it but that's the you now. But a lot of times we'll try to stay true to the you back then, to the us back then. Yeah, but I really wanted to do this. And I really wanted to. But it's like, nah, if it's not working, and you got the ability, move on, pivot if you can. Maybe you can't, but like if you can, listen to what you're telling yourself now. Like we don't have to stay true to stuff we said in the past, ideas and goals we had in the past. Like if you now is like not feeling it, maybe you need to move on if possible. Keith, yes, I had a beer habit back in the day. Yes, yes, we enjoyed our beer. Nah, it wasn't the up the hill to the store neighborhood. This was when I was living in Atlanta. It was through the cut, down the block, through the cut, through the bushes, over there where they be doing whatever. I wasn't trying to do that at night. I was cool with them dudes, not at night. You ever lived in a neighborhood like that? Like you cool, like it was the apartment complex I lived in. Like On our side, I knew the people because when we first moved in, my cousins had came and lived with us for a little bit. So my cousins was about that life. So that everybody around there knew us because he's like, oh, this my boy Tim. He's not my real cousin. I call him my cousin, but we family. This is my boy Tim. This is the first thing. The first thing my cousins did when he moved in. We moved in, and then he moved in a couple weeks later, I think. First thing he did, went around, met all the hard legs, and he went around, met all them dudes. Yo, what up? Bomb, bomb, yeah, bomb, bomb, so and so. This Tim, my cousin Tim, we moved, blah, blah, blah. Then he was like, where the junkies at? This is no lie. This is no lie. I remember because it tripped me out. Because like I understood like hey, I'm gonna go introduce myself to everybody. I'm gonna let them know you and me. I'm gonna let them know I got you. Ain't gonna be no problems. I understood that. But then he was like, where the junkies at? I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, man, I'm trying to make a little money. I gotta pay rent. Which it was crazy because they was like, nah, we got that on lock. Like they shut him down. They was like, nah, they like, you cool here, whatever, whatever. I was like, nah, we got that on lock. So he started just selling candy. He said, well, I can't sell dope. We'll just sell candy. So that it was crazy. It was the craziest thing. But it got out of hand because like dudes was coming to the house. You would candy and cigars, like just regular cigars. Dudes was coming to the house 3 in the morning. Let me get one of them. Let me get a Garcia Vega and about 3 of them Snickers. How did we get on this? I'm moving on. I'm sorry. See, sometimes y'all take me back. Y'all take me back. I'm dead serious though. They asked for the junkies were. It was. Hey, Lonnie, appreciate that. Thank you. Retired 2019, live stream king. We here. This is what we do. This is what we do. J Mac, appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate the love. He sounds like college. No, it was Decatur. That was over in Decatur, Nita. That was over on the deck. Yeah, man. Appreciate that. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Roberta, see you later. Yeah, you get sucked in. You get sucked. I get sucked in. I'll look up like, dang, I've been talking this long. Um, Keith, I don't partake in the herbs anymore. No, I used to, but now like I went through so much to get sober from alcohol. I'm like, I don't even want nothing else really in my system. I'm not like against it, but it's just like I'm just like I don't. And now I don't be around anybody who smokes it. So like, yeah, I'm good. Entrepreneurship, you're right. Tell you my cousin, dude, my cousin was so smart. That dude is one of those people that you knew if he had been came up in a different environment, he would have been like a titan of business, like for real. Super intelligent dude. And he's still good, but like he was his own jailhouse lawyer, and beat like a third strike. Like smart, like what I mean, because when he was younger, he did a little crazy stuff, and then he was up on his third strike and beat it himself. He was like, I just went to the library, boom, 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 boom. I forgot how he did it, but he was like, I figured this. I was like, oh, that, boom, 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 beat it himself. I'm like, smart dude, smart dude. Do not play with him though. Hey, see you later, Praveen. Enjoy your dinner. I need to find him. I need to look him up. He's still friends on Facebook. I need to look him up. Like I was talking about you on the. He be like, what? Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, bro. Nothing incriminating. Drew, I've never struggled with soda. I think because growing up, I didn't drink a lot of soda. So, well, I didn't drink a lot of coffee growing up either. Yeah, soda just, I don't know. It just never really, it's easy for me not to drink soda. Sometimes, like, the issue with soda is I'll forget about, like, the caffeine and I'll have one. And I'm like, dang, I wasn't trying to drink caffeine. But yeah, soda, I'd much rather have coffee or kombucha or juice. Like, soda's kind of, I don't know. And I can't drink soda straight anymore because it'll mess with my stomach. So, whereas I used to, yeah, go to the gas station, grab a Dr. Pepper. So like, I'll only drink soda like if I order a combo meal and it's like watered down. So yeah, soda was not really hard for me, um, but caffeine is. But I think that's the way it is. Like we all got some stuff that we look at, we're like, nope. But then other stuff, we're like, like it's just like that. Yeah, Joseph, it's sad. Like it's weird because like even like my cousin, like, and the third strike was something stupid, but it was like the third time. I think it was like he broke in a house because to sleep, like legit, like it was like it was like an empty house, and he broke in it and was sleeping in there because he was homeless, and he got arrested, something like that. But it just and I always thought I was like, wow, he could have been gone for life for something stupid like that. Now the initial two charges, but even that a lot of times was like it was just a lifestyle that he felt he had to live to like pay the bills and survive. You know what I mean? Like not totally justified it, but like that's when you grow up and everyone is. It's just like what we were talking about earlier. A lot of people live lives they would not live if it was totally up to them because everyone their whole life said live this way. The same is true if you come up in a certain environment. Even if a small percentage of the people are like, hey, don't join a gang, don't sell drugs, don't carry weapons, everybody else doing it, you just think that's what you do. You know what I mean? So I think a lot about like, man, like I just wish we all had the same like availability to just like, you know, good mentors and the ability, so even like good food, and wide open spaces and all the stuff that a lot of people have, all the stuff that I grew up with. I just wish everyone had that. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people who would be different people. There's so many people who are incarcerated who would not be. There's so many people who would be doing something totally different. They just never heard about it. When nobody talking about it in the trailer park, in the hood. You know what I mean? It's just that's what gets me about life sometimes. Like I just wish we all had the same like opportunities. And then we do what we want with it and it's whatever. But it's like when some people start off with the deck stacked against them, I don't see how as a society we can look down on them because it's like, bro, I mean, just the place you grew up in. I'm always in places that like I'll be in places like I came up in the burbs. Like I said, dad provided a good living. I came up in the burbs. I'll be places that blow my mind, even and I came up that way. First time I went to Big Sky, I'm like, oh, this is how what I mean? So I just think like, what if everybody got to see places like this or live in places like this or even grow up in places like that or even grow up, middle class. You know what I mean? Like I just see places sometime and I'm like, I know certain people, if this was their reality, if this was their reality from the age of 2 to 15, would be a totally different person. Would be a totally different person. And the people I see looking down on other people, I'm like, if your reality was theirs, you would be totally different too. You would be totally different too. Like, and that doesn't excuse bad behavior or criminal activity, but sometimes it explains it. And I think that's what we don't do enough. We just so quick to be like, well, I don't do it. Yeah, but look how eh, anyway, okay, yeah. I've been going off a lot of tangents. Keith, I chose Denver because I got some really good friends here, and I think it's a pretty good central location for travel. Like DIA is the airport I use a lot, so yeah. But the big one was I got friends here. JF, I appreciate you saying that. So congrats on the home base. Hope your future is full of good travels and more good stories and advice. Hey, I hope so. I hope so because that's all I do. So if that goes away, this channel's dead. No, Jeff, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's illegal to sleep in an abandoned house. If like, because it wasn't like a junky abandoned house. I think it was just like a house nobody like people had moved and they were trying to sell it, and he like broke in and was sleeping in there. Yeah, they will lock you up for that. Trust me. Trust me. Yes. Jeremy, how's it going? What's wrong with tangent? Hey, Ruby, appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Cellular data, I like DIA. Once I got like flying out of DIA, never had a problem. Flying into it, I had to get used to it, but I like it now. Like it's it'd be it's I don't know. Like it don't seem that crazy to me. It's just I mean it's a major airport. Like I just like it. There's some airports I've been to. I was like, well, I don't like this one. Where was I? One of the ones in Washington D.C. Was it Dulles? Well, I was like, I don't like this airport. I was there last year. I was like, I don't like it. But yeah, I kind of like. Ken, that does not mean I'm going to live in the city permanently from now on. No. I'm still going to travel. I might grab a seasonal job this year somewhere. No, definitely doesn't mean that. No, 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 no. Tuesday Tandish with two suitcase Timmy. That might be a little too long, but I like it. I'm here for it. No more. You got arrested for being drunk at the. Nice, nice, nice. Took you right to detox. Ephraim, I'm in the Denver metro area. New home base. He's got an apartment. Nothing special at all, but it's special to me. Special to me. Ken, I did probably have to jump through a few more hoops than I don't think name was say Mike. I had to jump through a few more hoops than someone who consistently works a job. But I was able to swing it. Ends up having to like show bank statements, stuff like that. But I was able to swing it. So blessed. Hashtag blessed. Yeah, Denver's well, I don't have too much. I think rent is getting high everywhere right now. Um, so I don't really have too much frame of reference because I only looked at apartments in a couple cities. But I, you know, it's I mean, Denver might be tons of people live here, so I guess I don't know. Like it's guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Some people can afford it. I don't know. Denver doesn't seem that expensive to me, but people keep telling me it's expensive. So like I said, everywhere's expensive. Yeah, yeah. I just think and I'm not definitely not downtown. That's why I said Denver Metro. I'm definitely not downtown. Um, I'm sure Denver is way more expensive than it was 10 years ago. I mean, just from the past 7 years, me coming through Denver, I've seen it change. So I'm sure 10, 20 years ago, it was way cheaper. But I think it's still a good relocation spot. Like, I know there's tons of jobs, like, tons of parks. I love that too. But yeah, I think Denver is a spot that a lot of people could probably benefit from moving to if you can afford it. I'm renting an apartment. I don't think you can buy an apartment. I'm renting. Aisha, with a regular job, they made you show bank statements and pay stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like if I had a regular job, I would have just had to show the stubs. Yeah, Joseph, maybe that's it. The wages are decent here, so maybe that's the because some places are expensive and the wages. So yeah, the wages are decent here. I'll be honest, Kim. Like, there's more space in this apartment than probably is needed. Like, it's got some space to it. It's got some space to it. And you had to do employment verification. You must be trying to get into a really nice place, Aisha. You probably trying to get into a higher level. Well, actually, I know you are. You yeah, yeah, you probably trying to get into a higher class of apartment. The class of apartment you try to get into, they want all that. Me, they was just like, well, we just got to prove you're making money somehow, sir. Somehow. Trav, I have been on YouTube for my first channel. I think I started in like 2011. No, 20, it was 2012, I think. My oldest videos from 2012, I think. Or was it 2011? No, it's 2011. Yeah. So over 10 years, my first channel. Thanks, Justin. Thank you, Meow. And what's up, Theo? No, and it depends on the rental agency or whatever. Because the first go around, there were some people that said some crazy things. Like there were some people who wouldn't. There's some apartments who won't take bank statements because I talked to some of them, and they were just like, nah, you gotta. If you do that, then we're gonna need this and this and this. It depends on the rental company. 'Cause, yeah, there's some will and some won't. Some of them get real crazy. Then some are just like, yeah, as long as you're making the money. Yeah, some people want you to be at your job, but yeah, they get crazy. James, Estes Park actually is more expensive than Denver. Yeah, Estes Park is expensive, or it's about the same. But there ain't no jobs in Estes Park, and there's not a lot of places to rent in Estes Park. Estes Park is expensive. There's more millionaires in Estes Park than like per capita. It's like on the top five in the country, like for real. You wouldn't know that. Like you know, it's nice, but Estes Park, there's some money in Estes Park. So it's because I got a lot of friends who work full time at the YMCA, and their biggest issue is housing because it's expensive. Yeah, I wouldn't. I lived in Estes Park before, um, but yeah, I'm good. It's too small. Before I got an apartment, I was doing Airbnb and hotels, like and I was down in the Grand Canyon. I worked down in the Grand Canyon for a little bit, staying in employee housing. But yeah, employee housing, Airbnbs, hotel. The hotel life is cool. It's just expensive. Well, I think that's why the rent ain't crazy to me because the hotel life is expensive, man. Like that's the drag of it. It's just expensive to get a decent hotel where you ain't worried about your stuff every time you leave. Cause she, what I do with my free time, I do a lot of exploring, a lot of walking around. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I watch a lot of battle rap. I just enjoy myself. I do a lot of YouTube stuff too. And a lot of the audiobooks I listen to and videos I watch is preparation for YouTube. Um, so I do, YouTube stuff. There's a lot of YouTube stuff that behind the scenes. Um, but I just kind of, I take naps. Like I don't accomplish much. I don't accomplish much by like most people's standards, but I like it. Raz, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Raz. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Cool. Cool. Yeah, SS. Yeah, that's the thing. They want you to earn like 2 to 3 times the rent. 3 to 4 times the rent is crazy. That's crazy. Oh, sharing a loft in downtown Dallas in 2011 was 1,400. Now it's 4,500. I can believe that. I can believe that. Meow, you sold your sneakers on eBay? Nice. Nice. Get them coins. And you're welcome. Ken, I have no furniture. I literally went and bought a cheap chair from Walmart, like a foldy chair and like a folding desk, just so I could have something. Yeah, no furniture. So I got to do that. Yeah, I could never afford to live downtown Denver. No. No, it's crazy. Actually, I wouldn't want to either. Like, it's kinda I don't know, like, going downtown is cool. I like hopping on the train, hop on the light rail. Well, I've never done the light rail yet. Gotta do that this week. But, I like hopping on the train going downtown, but living down there, I don't know. It might be cool. Like, there is a vibe, but I don't think I could afford it. Oh, James, when I lived in Estes, it was nice. Like, I did like when I lived in Estes. Like, Estes Park is a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city. Part of the reason I kept going back and going to the Y, because Estes Park. But it's just very expensive. Um, so I probably would never live there again. And now it's just kind of too. Now that I've lived there, it's kind of too small. There's only like one grocery store, and you got to go down the mountain to go anywhere. That's what I really didn't like about it. You have to go down the mountain to go anywhere. And some days I ain't trying to travel through the canyons. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think certain downtowns could be cheaper. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like some downtowns, the not having a car, everything being convenient makes it cheaper, and then other downtowns aren't. I think it kind of depends on the downtown because downtown Denver is so much more expensive than the suburbs. I don't think even with no car and the convenience that it's cheaper. I feel like it still would. Yeah, yeah. I think Denver seems. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I just realized it's going on like 6 o'clock here, and I want to do some walking before it gets dark. I gotta get out there, get to the park, do some walking before it gets dark. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Hey, real quick, I just saw the notification. I don't have time to open my phone and see, but the Cash App squad came through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Apparently, some people came through in the Cash App squad. I really appreciate that. Big shout out to the Super Chat squad. Had some hefty Super Chats today. All of them very important to me. Thank you. They mean a lot. Super Chat squad in the building. Thank y'all. Shout out to the lurkers, the thumbs downers, and also the thumbs uppers, the people who commented. Only had to block one person. Shout out to them too. Prayers for all the people we said say prayers for. And if you don't remember, you can just say a prayer. Hey, that person I mentioned, prayer for them. Hope everyone has a beautiful rest of the day, beautiful tomorrow. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, do the things you want to do. Do the things you love with people you love. Thank you all so much for spending time with me and for all the well wishes and the congratulations on my new place. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. We did it. And I'll talk to you later. Love each and every one of you. Talk to you later.